Are we on?
What up?
We're on. Hey. Oh.
Bake streets bake. All right.
Oh, that was another one. Oh my goodness. What's up, everybody?
Oh man, Jay and Siller Bob. We're here.
Siller Bob.
We're here. Nick Douglas in the chat. I'm gonna get to that in a second. Nick Douglas in the chat saying, watching that retro TMNT with my 6-year-old, and he sang the intro.
Oh, that's sick.
And then I said, gotta love that. Because you gotta love that.
You got it.
That's that indoctrination early, baby.
I don't care who you are.
I love that. Soup be ready. Jake is in the chat. I'm here, motherfucker.
Man.
Where the shows is at.
From the top.
Oh, he living in the silo? Oh, yeah. Silo
Bob.
Silo Bob, bro. I just went on a whole thing with that, bro. That Silo show on Apple Plus, bro. I watched that jam, and then I speed listened to all 3 audiobooks it's based on.
Oh my god.
And it's all really good. The books are called Wool, Shift, and Dust are the 3 books.
Oh, that was also the name of my first 3 kids.
Nice, yeah. It's kind of weird that the show's called Silo, but none of the books are called Silo.
Yeah.
But to their credit, it is the Silo Saga, is what the series is called.
You gotta appreciate alliteration.
But it's good. It's really good. God. I told you about it a little bit, right?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
It's basically M says he's stoked to be at the top, dude. When you
man.
said I got no lodge tonight, I was like, dude, it's taken from the top tonight, boys. Like, I mean, that's current. No, the show Silo on Apple TV is pretty neat. It's about these people that live in this silo after some disaster on Earth. You don't really know what it is.
Okay.
They live in this like 120, 130 story silo. And they can't go outside because if you go outside, you die. And it's just really interesting because like it's like 150 years. So they don't know their history. This is the hook of the show.
Okay.
150 years ago, there was a rebellion in the silo, and the lore is that these rebels deleted all the data that was like on these servers that they used from like our history to tell us what's going on. They burned all the old like artifacts and books from like basically our time.
Okay.
And they don't know their history really. Like they kind of forgot it all. But obviously there's more going on than it seems. And every once in a while they have these sensors above ground that they broadcast onto these. They look like windows, but they're not. They're like screens. And you see it's all like desolate and there's like one dead tree out there and stuff. And every once in a while, if you do something bad enough, or if you say you want to go outside, all you have to do is say it.
I have seen something about this. Yeah.
They put you outside, and they ask that you clean the sensor,
right?
So people can see better. That show is real life. That first season is really good.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's really really good, really good casting. And I just couldn't. I was like, am I gonna wait like through like? I mean, the writer's strike is over, which is nice, but the actor's strike is still on.
Ended.
Like, dude, yeah. The writers ended, and I'm like, well, I guess they're nearing a deal, but it's as much enough done.
Yeah.
So I was like, am I gonna wait and dance the one who brought me, or am I gonna like go back? And I went in, and I'll tell you this: the audiobook, dude.
Yeah.
The first book, everything that happens in season 1. Is only the first like 3.5, 4 hours of a 14-hour audiobook.
Oh, jeez.
So you're like, okay, like it picks up, and you're like, yo, the book ain't even close to halfway done yet, and they're done with season 1.
Yeah,
in the book, you're like,
right.
Oh. So at that point, I was like, I'm in. So I listened to them all, and they're so good.
Oh, that's awesome.
They're Hugh Howey is the author, and I would really suggest them. They're good stuff.
Are you hungry for more Hugh Howey?
I am hungry for Hugh Howey. M's gonna shove up some grilled cheese. Grilled cheese and tomatoes soup is pizza adjacent.
That's true.
Possible Turtles Fave Lunchtime alternative.
Oh,
cheese and tomato soup. It is. You have the dairy. You have the red sauce, and the bread. Yeah. No, I mean,
that's a lot of the food.
Could
groups.
it be a possible? I think it could be. I could see something existing. Now the turtles aren't going to make no like tomato soup and shit, but what I can see being a thing is like they have like tomato sauce in their bag. Essentially, like they have like tomato sauce just like hanging like cans of that.
Right.
I can see them folding up old pizza into sandwiches, heating it up, and then dipping that in the pizza sauce, which I think would be the closest you might get.
Yeah, I can see
To
that.
the grilled cheese and tomato soup, even though that is an awesome combo. Stream Elements bot's running. He's late.
Yeah,
That's the latest I've ever seen Stream Elements get.
Yeah, that took a minute. I don't know what that was about.
Good thing. I mean, because we just missed having all the Nazi posts show up, just before Streambot got good. You know what I mean? Like now he's like, look, like you can't say those things on here.
Right.
Before that, it was all open. I don't know if half of what M said would have gotten through Streambot. So that's
true.
That's good.
That's true. Goodness. Yeah.
The 2 comments in a row of all caps probably would have set off Streambot.
I probably would have like committed seppuku if robots could do that.
Yeah,
I'm sure they do.
I was watching one of my friends like gaming streams, and they had like 2 people watching, and I was one of them.
Oh.
And I tried to like comment in all caps.
Yeah.
And it basically said like you're on timeout. I'm like, really? I'm like, okay. It was like on Twitch. I'm like, that's cool, man. Like I didn't want to comment anyway.
Right. Oh my goodness.
But yeah, no, that's so doing a lot of listening. That's kind of what I've been up to. I went back on painting some baby nights, so that's been fun.
Some baby nights.
Yeah, they're so I painted a bunch of Space Marines. I got a little burnt out. So I decided like to go back to my the knights, like the really big. Remember like the really big robot dudes?
Mm-hmm.
So I went back to that because I was like, I painted 2 big ones.
Yeah.
And they have these little ones called armigers, and they're little like baby knights. And the lists that I realized I never painted enough to make a full list of knights. Like I just never did. I kind of moved on. So I need 2 baby knights and another big knight to make a list. So I got some baby knights going. And they're fun to do, and they're a good warm up. You want to hear something crazy? So I keep a painting like journal effectively. Like it's kind of like a recipe, like a step by step, like what I do when I paint everything.
Okay.
The colors I use, the process.
Yeah.
And then I always put like a date, like I started the models and a date that I completed them. And this, I mean, I've almost filled up a whole like moleskin now at this point. Like it's like crazy. So I haven't painted knights in so long. I was like, oh, let me go back to those, like the old lore. You know what I mean? Figure out what I did to paint these, bro. 2017.
Jeez.
Yes. 2017, bro. I was like, oh,
that was forever ago.
That's the last time. Like that was forever ago, dude.
Yeah. That's wild. Goodness. It feels like, well, COVID threw everything off. So yeah, like the last 3 years are a blur.
Yeah, everything got like so weird. Oh, 40K Massive in the building. Oh, he's got the Sam Hain. Oh man, first one free. You did one paint. Step to
Jake.
Smile.
Oh, that's excellent.
I mean, that'd be funny. That was for like every model I ever did. It was just
that's all it is. That's all it is.
So it's
a whole
obnoxious. And like sometimes
filled with that.
Man, I'll be sitting there like painting. I'm like writing these goddamn steps. Like every time I want to add a new color, I'm like, okay, better put it in the paint.
Right.
The paint journal. And I get like really annoyed. Sometimes I'm like, oh man, I don't think I need this thing. But then like right when I'm thinking that, I have to go back. Yeah. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
And dude, if I hadn't written down this stuff from 2017, dude, I'd have just been like, well, I guess I'll reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah. It's wild how much like writing stuff down just does something to you mentally. Like it just totally, like it, for me at least, it takes something off of my brain literally. Like I don't have to use that processing power anymore. And so I'll do that with like when I'm mixing different audio and things like that. Like I'll have like I already have a list of things that I go down anyway. So like a checklist almost that's in a journal. But if I do anything specific or particular, I'll try to write that down so I know that if it's horribly wrong, I can go back to this and be like, okay, start from here and fix that. But yeah, I've tried to get my wife Shannon, my wife, on onto writing down things, and she was slow coming to it, but she's kind of starting to pick it up. She'll be like, I made a list now, and I'm like, because that's usually my first thing. Did you check the list? Did you make a list? Did you write it down?
Oh, the list is huge.
Yeah, the list is huge, and
Yeah.
so because I got to where we have so much stuff going on with the markets that she's putting on and that we're doing and all that. And so our house is a mess. Like, it's got stuff everywhere. And she'll be like, I got kind of like tired of not being able to find things. So I was like, all right, so I'm going to take a bin. I'm going to put like things in it. I'm going to write it all down. Then I'm going to take another one, do that. But so she's about ready to kill me because like every time she asks for something, I'm like, did you check the list? Of course the answer is no. And, sorry, I got, was it Jeremy or John's dick in my mouth? Is that what it was? Is that what you told me that one time that y'all used to say?
Yes. That because wait. So back at that house, dude. Like when we all lived together, the jokes would come out of nowhere, and the thing was, you were always rewarded for setting it up more, and I'm really glad that that's what it was. So if you had like a burn. Dropping it like right off the hip, it was legit. Like if it's fast enough, it's funny. But it was the setup, and we're on the couch one time, we're hanging out, watching something, and I was talking to Jeremy, and he was like doing that thing where you're trying to get like a piece of hair off your toe. But it took like 20 years. I'm like, Jeremy, dude, like you struggling or something, bro? Like what's going on? He's like, oh, sorry. He goes, oh, there you go. Sorry, I just had John's dick in my mouth, and dude. Everybody was there. I mean, John. Everybody was, and he made such a show of it that we died. Dude.
That's
it was
amazing.
So funny.
M said, did Eric just say he has a checklist of things he's gone down on? I do. It's a very short
absolutely.
list.
That's his journal.
It's my journal.
Like he keeps. He's like, oh man, I've gone down on that. In 2017.
2017.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah, we had the checklist and all that, and yeah, I'm just constantly like, but it's done wonders. It's like, oh yeah, no, that's because our for some reason we're so stupid like that we keep telling ourselves we're gonna remember shit and we never do, and then it's like, oh
yeah, no, yeah. I've like no, I'm awful. I'll forget things right off the bat. Like I've innovated all kind of ways of like reminding myself of stuff. Like I will occasionally just like put my keys in the freezer. Like
what?
If I have to leave, and I have to take something with me. Usually, I have to take one thing.
Okay.
Right. Like for example, the other day I was working on Preston's backup Jazz Master, and he needed it because Pat didn't have his and whatever.
Yeah.
And he's at the house, and I'm like, "This is my day."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is the day me and Preston are working together. You guys had that show on Friday or whatever it was. I'm like, "This is the day. I cannot forget this guitar, but I know that I might." So I threw my keys in the freezer before I went to bed, and dead ass, dude, like I'm like patting my pocket. I'm like, what's going on? And I go to the freezer, get my keys, and I'm like, that guitar.
Are you serious? That's what
I'm not joking.
Why the freezer? Why the freezer?
Because first of all, yes, in the freezer, Jake. Yes.
That's what I'm asking.
All right. So I'm trying to remember how that ritual started. I think it used to start by like don't forget your food, like to take to work or something.
Okay, yeah, I could see that.
Maybe,
yeah.
But then it just turned into like, if I got to remember something, I'm putting my keys in the freezer because number one, you can't leave without them, right?
Well, yeah,
they're in an ultra weird place,
right?
They're not just like on the counter because you'll honestly like I'll just grab those keys and be like, why'd I do that? Because I never don't have my keys in my pocket.
Never don't.
Like ever. Like I mean, when I wake up in the morning, it's keys, wallet, phone, whatever in my pocket.
Yeah.
And they literally hit the deck when I literally go to bed. Like I take my jeans off and they're in my jeans.
Yeah.
And the next day, if I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take a shower, well, I pull them out of those pants into the new ones.
Yeah.
Or if I can just put those jeans back on, I put them back on.
Right.
So if I have my keys somewhere else that's somewhat normal, I might go, oh, maybe and I'll just grab my keys. I've done that before. So the freezer is like such a stark reminder. And this is the extra tack. You ready for this?
Ooh.
Having cold keys in your pocket makes you feel that coldness. And it keeps reminding you. Like it is very weird to have cold keys in your pocket. Like they're ultra cold. And so they're against your leg and you're like, oh, That's right. So even if you're like, oh, I need to like also grab my drink before I go, it's
Yeah.
all good because like you're still feeling that cold. You're like, and that guitar. You know what I mean? Like it just it keeps you in check. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like it
Oh yeah.
like
I'm just curious as to why, like, you wouldn't just put. Well, I guess that way because then you might forget to. Because I was gonna say, why didn't you just put them on the guitar? But then I realized that you might forget entirely about the guitar and not know where to find your keys. But if you have a consistent place of putting
yeah,
your keys when you
I
need to do
could put them
something,
there,
yeah,
but it's kind of hard because like at that point I got my keys in weird places. I don't like that.
yeah,
Like in a bunch of different places.
right,
So all I did was literally add one other place my keys possibly go.
right,
It's such a weird place that it instantly triggers me. There's
yeah,
no way I'm gonna grab my keys out of the freezer and not think, oh, grab that guitar too.
right,
Like,
right.
whereas if they're on top of the guitar, yeah, I might literally grab them off the guitar, start talking to the kids or my wife or something, and then walk out the door.
That's true.
Like I'm very like singularly focused on like the next thing all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
Like, so I will forget anything. I've made it to the car, bro. I've literally made it to my car,
yeah.
try to push start the button, and it bitch says like, no, you're a thief. And I'm like,
Oh,
what? And I'm like, oh, the keys, oh, the guitar. Like
oh,
I'll make it all the way to the car, dude.
yeah.
Like, so
You're.
I know, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like you're
Like
trying to
I
get into the
know.
car. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing.
I'm in the car. Like the last car I had that didn't have a push start was the same thing. I would like get in. I'd be like in that pocket, like say what? And then I'd be like, oh, my keys.
Yeah.
And then the worst part is you're locked out.
Locked out,
That's
yeah.
happened to me before too. Because I'm
Of
like, well,
course. That backfired
was
a little
dumb.
bit.
So most time I remember, like I wake up and I'm like, yep, keys in the freezer. Obviously, grab the guitar.
Right.
But
right.
sometimes it's bailed me out.
There you
Like
go.
M says, not in the hat box, huh? Weird.
Yeah.
That's another place you can put your. You go put your keys in the hat box. I mean, the only problem is, you lose things in the hat box. So
true.
I feel like there's
a lot of room.
you don't want to do that thing where it's like I put something somewhere so original that you actually just lose it.
That's true. Jake comes in with yeah, I have to have a checklist every day for my work stuff. I write out my task every morning and usually put like a time and check it off when it's done. So yeah, that's a lot of what I do. Yeah, I'm like I gotta it makes me feel so much better just doing that.
Dude, when Notepad on Apple like made it where you can make tick boxes, that was like the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
Like, because I use that all the time. Jake also says, I would love it too if Ryan put his keys in the freezer to remember anything, even when it's not like he has to go anywhere.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Yeah, like throw him in there. And I'm like,
I was gonna say something, but I can't remember.
I was like, no, I was gonna go Bake Street's Bake, but they're in the freezer. That's pretty funny. Yeah, no, like it's a weird thing, but it worked. It's a solid thing, but oh, dude, you should have seen your boy. Like when I took over grocery shopping, kind of right after the pandemic.
Yeah.
I got this app called like AnyList, and it's a grocery shopping app. And what's really cool is you have to input all your stuff. So word, that takes a little bit of time.
Yeah.
But then if you tap it, it just puts a red line through it and makes it disappear.
Ooh.
And then you can just repopulate it all. So like I just grocery shop off the same like digital list nice. Every week. It was like really nice.
That's cool.
But lists are a big deal. Yeah, if I'm going on a trip, it's like a list. If I'm whenever we go to the church and like record or whatever, like I've got like I make a master list, and I'll take like 2 days to make this list. Like anything that occurs to me, I'll add draft it. And that day I'm on that list.
On that list, man.
But yeah.
Oh, Jake, how was Death Crips? I saw you you saw them this week, and
didn't we already talk about him seeing Death Crips?
He sees Death Crips quite often. I was just curious how this time was. I was just curious.
They're like Death Crips are like Jake's like Grateful Dead.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
Like we're just like oh yeah, he did see him again.
Yeah,
that's true.
He's just traveling all over the world seeing Death Crips.
Like,
I'll never get sick
everything.
of No Love Deep Web, that cover, and just
no,
that
100%.
Pokemon. It was ridiculous.
I mean, Jake saw him again.
Yeah.
It was good. I mean, it wouldn't be. I mean, that was like that era where, for whatever reason, I was seeing Pigface like every like month. It felt like.
Yeah.
I saw Pigface like 6 times in like 2 years, or it was like some obnoxious number. And I was like, man, am I seeing Pigface too much?
Yeah,
Because
you might be.
it got to be like a normal thing. Like there was a thing I read one time. It was in a book. Oh God, it was in a book about like the blues, like old blues records I was reading or something.
Yeah.
And it was really cool because it was about this guy who went to Mississippi, and his whole thing was like going like literally house to house and like seeing if people had like old 78s they wanted to get rid of. Because this guy
Oh.
was like, he was collecting that old blues, bro. That like 1930s, like it's on 78 record. There was like 5 of them made, kind of blues.
Mm-hmm.
And living in Mississippi down there, like while he was on those trips and stuff, he just got to know the culture.
Yeah.
And he said that one time, and this is like I think in the 90s that he was doing this. He had this passage I remember that really that has always stuck with me, where he went to Beale Street to see BB King and Bobby Bland and a bunch of other like blues artists.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it was wild because like, I mean, the crowd was like just all people from like that area. Like, so
Oh,
it was
wow.
just like,
Yeah.
and once again, they're older, and some of these people were around when BB King, like before he started and stuff like that. Right. So
Right.
he's basically making comments. He's like the only white guy in the crowd. Right. And he's just
yeah.
like sitting there, and they all clap and it's all good and everything. Well, BB King's got another probably like 20 or 30 minutes left on the set, and he just noticed like people started getting up and leaving,
What?
like because they had to get home.
Oh.
And at first he was like kind of blown out, right?
Yeah.
But then he talked to this lady, and he was just like man, like how could you get up and leave BB King? And she's like, honey, I've seen BB King like 100 times.
Right. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
he's always here.
Yeah.
Like so, but I gotta go home because I gotta get ready, and then I gotta go to bed.
Yeah.
And it was the idea that to them,
Mm-hmm.
that real blues was like just as dispensable as anything. It was
Right.
like going to a restaurant. You're not gonna like close down the restaurant every time you go to Olive Garden because it's the only time you've ever been to Olive Garden. Like, no, you're gonna like leave when you gotta leave.
Yeah.
And I just always thought about that. He's like, yeah, they all just got up and said goodbye to each other and hugged each other, and they all went their separate ways. And I was like, BB King's still playing. They're like, honey, I've seen him 100 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
yeah. It's nothing.
yeah.
It's nothing. Yeah.
That's Jake shit. Jake's like, well, you know, I gotta work tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, you're just like leaving because he's seen him 100 times.
He's like, oh, I got a middle death grips. But yeah, Jake says that he dragged the lady with him to see them again for a quick little Nashville trip. But next week is the Postal Service in Vegas.
Oh, dude,
that's gonna be awesome. I've been seeing
catching a plane, bro.
the videos they've been posting, which is legit. They're all wearing white, and Jenny Lewis is there. And I haven't clicked on it because I don't want to. For some reason, I'm like, I don't want to. I'm not going to see them, so like I don't want to know too much about it to have FOMO, I guess. But but I really hope that like. I don't know. There's a part of me that's like, I hope she gets to play her stuff at some point, or like maybe open a set or something. I don't know, because I love her solo stuff too. But man, that Give Up record, geez, oh, so good.
What was the weird thing about like sometimes bands do enough weird shit? Like Pigface did that, where like it was almost worth it every time. What?
Yeah, sorry, Jake just said in the chat that it hasn't showed up on the screen yet, but the Beths are opening that show. Oh my gosh, dude.
Oh, nice.
The Beths are fantastic. We saw them.
That's not helping. That's not helping your FOMO.
No, that's not. It's not. But thankfully, I've seen them. We saw them a couple of months ago here in Tampa, and harmonies were sick. Their dry humor was fantastic. Nice. Yeah, they were excellent. So yeah, that's going to be awesome. But I'm sorry, Ryan, you were saying.
Oh, it was just that Pigface, you know, if you don't know about Pigface, like they only have one consistent member, and it's the drummer.
Oh.
So like they literally can come through with like anybody, and they would always pick up like people who are just around Tampa. So you got to see a lot of cool stuff. Like I saw like Jen from the Jenna Tortures sing with them. But they have different people every time. So it was kind of cool. Like, yeah, because one of those shows you just show up randomly. And Chris Connolly was playing with them. Not your Chris Connolly, my original Chris Connolly, who sang for the Revolting Cocks and was like on Ministry Records and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, just one time it's him.
Oh, wow.
And
that's amazing.
He's like legendary. And I'm like, oh, shit. And like they played Stainless Steel Providers, which is one of my favorite Revolting Cocks songs. And he sang it. And it's so different when you hear him sing it versus like other people sing it. And that was super cool. I got to see N.Ash from KMFDM play guitar for them at one point. No, the same show. N.Ash and their other guitarist. Both played, which was sick. Yeah. I got to see the Enigma. Who's that dude with all the he's the guy with all the he's like a carny or whatever. He's got all the puzzle piece tattoos all over him.
Yeah.
Like, and he was like in the Guinness Book of World Records for a while for having like the most like surface area covered in tattoos.
Yeah.
He was in an episode of the X-Files as well, which is interesting. He's like they visit like a sideshow and he's like in it.
Oh, that's cool.
Anyway, he played. He was with him. I didn't know he played guitar. So I've just seen like everybody with pig face. So
I mean, if you're
I
gonna
was
see
always
a
looking for
band,
like,
if you're gonna see a band multiple times, if they have that kind of like setup, then yeah, you might as well. Like that's, you never know.
yeah, I mean, like exactly. You don't know, man. I mean, I was waiting for like Ogre from Skinny Puppy or something, but I never got that.
Yeah.
But you know that's like a thing. Oh man, M knows about the Genotorturers. And Esh is on your label. That's badass. Yeah, I always took Enesh's side in the Enesh Sasha split in KMFDM. Enesh was always my man, so I'm with that. Sorry, I can chat live music all day. Oh, anything that's coming from you? I mean, I'm not going to any shows.
I'm going to a bunch. Next
Yeah,
week.
well, you're always at shows.
Yeah, next week. Oh, where'd my cellular device go? I don't know. Next week. Oh, there it is. Next week is Band of Horses. I know that's coming up next week, and then let's see. I think it's Dive, Diiv. They're opening for Depeche Mode, but the night after or before, one of the two, they're just playing a solo show at another bar, and I'm like, I'd rather just. I think Shannon, my wife, she's seen Depeche Mode before. And I like Depeche Mode. I wouldn't mind seeing them, but I don't want to pay for it. Seeing them, so I'd rather just see this other band that's opening, which is really good, and I like them a lot. Let's see who else. The Midnight's coming, and we're gonna see them. Death from Above, 1975, 4, 2, one of the, I forget the date. Math on the mic. He is Legend, one of my favorite bands, is coming, and then Ryan, did Shannon tell you that we're going to go see Eve 6? The Eve 6 is coming to Orlando, and we're going. I just got a text from her like the day they announced it. She's like, God. Here's this, we've already got tickets. And I'm like, oh shit, okay, wow. So we're going to do that. And then and then Sunny Day Real Estate at the end of October. Finally, I'm gonna get to go see them. But again, back to Jake. Thank you again, Jake, for hooking me up in the event that they did not continue touring, but thankfully they will. So I'll get to go see them.
Oh, M says he just saw Skinny Puppy. That's the final tour. I wanted to go to that show, but it didn't work. But my boy Odie saw him on the final tour. It's pretty sweet.
Oh, nice.
I saw Skinny Puppy twice. Both not in like the height of it, because I was like a jit little kid and I didn't.
Oh, of course.
But I saw them twice in Tampa, and they were so good. Let's see. I think Jay says he's gonna go see My Morning Jacket. That'd be pretty sweet.
Oh yeah. Em, are you talking about In Circles? Is that a Sunny Day Real Estate reference? Because that's how I took it, which is amazing, and I love I'm imagining you singing it. That's just even making it way better.
Em said the show is decent, not as good as 95. Well, I mean,
because 95, of course.
Come on, man. Like, you don't know me. Like M's such like an old school vet of this shit that like you know, I'm just like, well, I saw Ministry. He's like, yeah, it wasn't as good as the you know, thanks for not showing up, but like, you know what I mean, or whatever. And I'm like, well, yeah, it was the best tour in the world. You probably saw him then too.
But no, M's gonna tell you that he saw them in their practice space. That's what M's gonna tell you.
100%.
Oh, yeah, their practice. You know, back before they went on their first tour.
Yeah,
that one Tuesday.
And then he bought a mixer off him. Like he's got like Skinny Puppy's mixer. Like
right.
Like,
oh, definitely.
Gear was around somewhere.
If M goes anywhere, gear is exchanged. That's
gear is exchanged. Jake says Skinny Puppy came to Kansas City, wanted to go. MC and Wu-Tang on the 6th. That's sick.
Oh, that's cool. Jake, I want to see a circle pit. This song is called In Circles.
You don't have one of Ogre's mics, M.
Oh, snap.
Can we work on cloning him?
Don't ask how.
I just remember like I don't know what it was. Like I wasn't tripping balls at Skinny Puppy, but like they made me feel like I was tripping balls. Like at one point, like they had these screens, and they've always got like kind of a higher message going on in eras of their stuff, and they're very critical of like has blood on it. That's sick, dude. So they have all this stuff going on, bro. And I just remember they had these screens, right? And like they're playing this set, and they're Skinny Puppy is very like environmentalist. Mm-hmm. They're very like like, you know, anti-animal
Activists,
torture,
yeah.
like a lot of that stuff. Like that's a big part of their whole thing. Well, they're also very critical of the oil industry as well. Well, all of a sudden, like on these screens, right, these like bars are coming in, and this is over several songs.
Yeah.
These like bars are moving around the screens and stuff, and I'm like, okay. And then at the end, they play this song, which I've never known how to pronounce it, but it's like Hex Onyx Onyx
Okay.
or whatever. And that whole song is about Exxon and like the oil stuff. It came out
Mm.
in the 90s. It was the thing. Dude, halfway through that song, at like the biggest part of the song, all the bars come together and they make a swastika
Oh,
of gas pumps.
Yeah.
They're like the gas handle,
Yeah.
the pump thing, but it's
Right.
in a swastika and stuff. And I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
holy shit. But dude, they've been setting that up for like most of the show.
Right.
I'm like, yo, what's up with these screens, bro? And then it's like, wow. And I'm like, God damn,
Yeah.
it's like the scariest thing in the world. And Ogre's covered in like videotape and like green shit. And it was amazing. It was
Goodness.
just so good.
Well,
We could clone him.
Well, speaking
He's
of
got
green shit-
blood.
Oh yeah, we got blood, so we could do that.
He split his lip. Yeah. Ogre used to come out in this like distended belly thing made of like paper mache.
Yeah.
And at one point would just start like ripping into it and pulling videotape out of it like it was his guts.
That's absurd.
It's like the crazy thing you've ever seen in your life. Like, what's going on?
Right.
Um,
That's amazing.
yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
of
Eric's trying to
crazy
end the show.
Yeah, we got to get in. We're 2 minutes. We're 2 minutes past. We're gonna
2
turn
minutes
into,
past.
into pumpkins, but
Well,
guys, thank you
we
so
got
much.
Truths or Consequences coming up, boys and girls.
We do.
And back to the radio show.
The
so,
radio
you know
show.
what I mean? Back to the radio show. So we'll be doing more of that on that Prime. You know, stick around. We get to read an email where we get called out. So stick around for that.
True. Yeah.
Because we're going to be very sorry on the podcast. So,
we'll catch you on the Prime side.
Prime's up.
Greetings.
Oh God.
Oh goodness.
Yes, turtle soup.
Turtle soup, everybody. The internet, nay, the world, the universe, the galaxy's only community-supported podcast dedicated to the ongoing journey of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, all the way from the beginning until your ears are thrilling to the sounds of the Wiener Lord and the Wickmaster.
Oh, got him.
That's what we're going to change the name of the show to tonight. We're just starting that.
That's it.
Wiener Lord and the Wickmaster.
Eric and I are going to get together and fight over by the river about who's the Wiener Lord and who's the Wickmaster.
Exactly, and
we'll figure it out.
We'll live stream it, of course, so y'all can be a part of it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no.
But in the chat, let us know which one do you think would be the Wiener Lord and which one's the Wickmaster.
Who's the Wickmaster? Who's the Wiener Lord? That's a good question. Also, this is episode 311, so chill.
Oh, I forgot. Chill.
I sound like the entire time prepping this show was like episode 311. How many 311 jokes can we fit into this episode potentially? And there'd be a ton of them.
Oh, absolutely. Hopefully Amber is the color of our energy tonight.
Oh,
and,
my God.
So
that's the two songs I know.
That's the two songs. Exactly.
That's the one.
And then that one original song that The Cure covered of theirs. Probably did that, right?
Yeah.
What was it? Something song? I can't remember what it's called. Let me know in the chat what it's called.
Never I'm alone with you.
But yeah, again, we're live on YouTube. If you didn't know, we're alive. We bleed, and so yeah.
Yep. So you can kill us.
You can kill us and clone us, as we talked about on the pregame show. But yeah, we're here on YouTube. If you are here, please be sure to subscribe, like, comment, do all that fun stuff. It means a lot.
Yeah.
YouTube, it's kind of like our YouTube daddy will see us at that point, and that's we need them to notice us, and that means a lot.
We'll meet up at Chuck E. Cheese, and he can see us only at Chuck E. Cheese with adult supervision, and that's what we're looking for.
Yeah, your likes and subscriptions are adult supervision for us. Like literally, that's what it is.
They say Chuck E. Cheese, where a kid can see his dad.
That's so good. I can't believe I've never heard that before. Oh, that's excellent.
Because I made it up.
I think that, working in the court system, I think they had to stop doing that. I think Chuck E. Cheese put out a, hey, please stop telling people they can meet here.
Somebody got shot at our Chuck E. Cheese in the parking lot like a month ago.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Of all the places.
Like
a school I can understand, but Chuck E. Cheese, come on.
You think if you pop a shot off in the Chuck E. Cheese parking lot and someone goes, oh, you're like, I did it. I just shot someone outside the Chuck E. Cheese. You think there's like when they go to court over it, the judge is going to say, son, I think the shame you feel from popping off somebody at Chuck E. Cheese and being a meme is the only punishment you need. I think that's the worst than anything I can give you. You're free.
Right. Yeah. Just go ahead and go. Get out of here.
Yeah. Just go. Bad enough.
If again, YouTube, like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. It means a lot. And what else means a lot is our patrons. So Patron Ranger, we call them family. They keep us from saying clang, you know the deal. And we just sincerely appreciate them all. But we'd like to take this moment in the show to spotlight two very special ones. And that is John O'Barnes and Robbie James. Thank you very much. Long time, near and dear. Good people.
Near and dear.
And so thank you very much. They are bringing this show to you tonight by way of their wallets, their love, and thoughts and prayers. And and speaking of thoughts and prayers, Ryan, where are we at on the journey today?
Today, pour one out for November 28th, 1997. That is the date we're at. This is the Ninja Turtles, The Next Mutation, episode 12, Truce or Consequences.
Yeah.
And it's a return of Mikey's pirate radio show, the Sewer Hour. So we'll see what's going on with that in a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I am so excited about it. I'm looking. I love those episodes. At least the last one we did. I enjoyed that. So that's really neat. Do you want to, Ryan? Your freestyle, your style. Do you want to go into some personal garbage, or do you want to go into an email real quick?
We could take a second. My only garbage is that the Rays have clinched the top wild card spot in the playoffs. I bought tickets for my first playoff game.
Oh, so forgive me. Clinched means that they got it, like they're in.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. They're like mathematically, there's no way that they can't be the number one wild card.
Okay.
In the playoffs.
Okay.
And And the way it kind of works is like, and this is gonna be boring, but basically like there's 6 divisions in baseball, and if you win your division, obviously you're in, and that's how it used to be. That's it.
Right.
Win your division and go to the playoffs, or go away. But then they started introducing wild cards where there's an extra round of the playoffs where you can kind of like, it's basically just admitting more people into the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
With lower records. So we should have won our division if the Orioles weren't ridiculous this year. So yeah. So we're going to be playing best of 3 wild card series at home, and I'm going to game 2. And I've never been to a playoff baseball game, so I'm like really excited.
Did you have to
super excited?
Did you have to outlay a generous amount to get into?
The outlay, the outlay on the tickets wasn't that bad.
Okay.
So normally like a ticket to a game is like where we were sitting, like $70, something like that.
Yeah.
And these were like $135.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like for a playoff game, I'm like, whatever. Like you only live once.
Double your pleasure, double your fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So we did that, and so I'm excited to go to that game. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Awesome.
It's hard because like it's a best of 3, so like you don't know if there'll be a game 3 because we could lose both or we could win both. So I would definitely want to buy a ticket to a game that's going to actually happen.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because you don't get your money back otherwise, right?
Oh yeah, you do. You do. But I still don't want to do it. This is so sad. We bought tickets to the ALDS, which is the division series. It's the next playoffs after the wild card. Right?
Okay.
2 years ago, and we beat Boston here, and then we went up to Boston because that's a 5-game series. So we played here, and we went to Boston for 3 games, and then back home for game 5 if needed. Right?
Yeah.
We bought tickets for game 5.
Oh.
And we lost in Boston 3 straight and lost it all.
Yeah. Goodness.
And it burned me so bad.
Yeah.
And it was just it was an awful way to lose too. It was just awful.
Yeah.
Awful way to lose.
Goodness.
But yeah. But I'm excited. So I'm definitely going to a playoff game.
That's cool.
And that's exciting. So yeah, I'm hyped about that.
Legit.
How about you, man?
Man, well, I'm trying to think. A couple things. Went and saw Jawbreaker and Joyce Manor Monday night. Which was really cool, finally seeing them. And then what was the other thing I was going to say? Had a lot of instances with Amy Grant recently. Like she just keeps coming up in my life, and it's really neat.
Yeah.
I think I sent it to you last night, you and Father Preston, that I was at work at the church last night, and someone was talking to me about going to an Amy Grant concert, and she forgot the words, and she just stopped singing. And then she's like, I wrote this song and I forgot the words. So sorry. And she made a joke about it. And I was like, oh, I love that so much. And so we were talking about that. I come home and I throw on just this YouTube channel where this guy talks about different comic tropes. I think that's probably actually the name of his channel. And just to have something on. And all of a sudden he drops this, he's talking about Greg Land. And I think that's his name, the guy that does the photorealistic stuff. Yeah.
The tracer.
Yeah. And he's
one might say.
He goes back to like talking about like how other artists have done that to varying effects, and how at one point Doctor Strange had a comic that had Amy Grant's face taken from one of the where her face is on it, her face, whatever, you know what I'm saying. And yes. I just didn't know that, but it was like just this like constant stream of Amy Grant just coming
really
up,
weird.
In my life. And then it was very bizarre. But that happened, and then I had someone walk in on me at the restroom today at work. And she just like opened the door and like walked into the restroom and was like in there for a good second or two. And then like I was like, hi. And she's like, hi. And then it was one of those things where you didn't know which one was supposed to leave first. Cause like, well, I'm done, but like, do you go down? Like, what do we do? It was very weird.
That's really weird.
It's a very weird exchange, but
I'm sorry, dude. Working at the game shop, this is like the hardest I've ever laughed. I think like at that game shop, we had this guy that Jeff that worked under me, and his whole thing was like whenever someone came in the front door of the shop, he would say like "Welcome in,"
yeah, right,
and then it eventually became this "Welcome in," like one long word thing, and he'd do that every time.
Yeah,
like if I came in the door, he'd be like "Welcome in," and I'm like, dude, it's me.
Yeah,
I'm off work. I'm playing X-Wing or something, and Jeff goes to the bathroom. And I hear that door open, and someone walked in on him. I hear Jeff there go, "Welcome in!"
Oh, from the bathroom.
Dude. And the person like froze
Yeah.
because I guess they were so conditioned to hear that
Yeah.
and then talk to Jeff, but Jeff's peeing.
Yeah. He's
So they're
not, yeah.
they're like locked up and they go, oh, sorry. And he shut the door. And dude, that welcome in from the bathroom, I was dying, dude.
That's excellent.
Like,
yeah. I wish I would have said
awkward
that.
to have someone walk in on you like that. That's
I wish
super
I would have
weird.
said that to her when she walked in on me. That would have been,
I had a guy walk in. It was like one of those like really annoying bathrooms that has like a toilet and a urinal.
oh,
And there's kind of like a little wall between the toilet and urinal, but like it's
Yeah.
obviously not supposed to be used at the same time because there's no stall around. Like there's nothing around the stall. There's just it just is what it is. I had a guy walk in on me peeing in the urinal once. He walked in that bathroom. It was at a restaurant.
Yeah.
He was in there. I was kind of like thinking he's gonna get the hint.
Yeah.
He lifts the lid on the toilet seat, looks at me. I can tell it's out of the corner of my eye. Looks at me, looks at the toilet. You can tell he's starting to go, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't think I should be peeing in this while he's peeing in that.
Right.
And then slowly like lowered the toilet seat and like left the bathroom. But bro, it was my entire piss.
Right.
Like it just took the whole piss. And it was this like
the whole tank.
60-something-year-old man with his like little, like khaki shorts, like, his little polo tucked in, who was just hanging out in the bathroom with me.
I mean,
and I don't know why I was like frozen as to what I would say.
Right.
But it took this man like almost like I was almost done.
Right.
Before he left the bathroom. And I'm like, dude.
Yeah. Well, we so a more bathroom story. When we played our show this past Friday, the bathroom at the venue is pretty small. But the urinal that's there, that someone was at it, and I was like, okay, so I'll just wait. But it started to be like 5 minutes, and I'm like, I think that, and so I'm like, but I got my phone out, but I'm like, this feels weird too. Do I just stare at them? Like, what do I do? Like, I had no idea what to do. It was very awkward and strange. And I thought they might have like passed out because, it's at a bar. So like, I don't know if someone's like super drunk and it's like, oh, I'm just, whatever. But yeah, thankfully they, I think I might have made a noise or said, excuse me, or said, hey, or something. I don't know what you say to Pete. I don't remember. It was all a blur. But yeah.
You're like, yep.
Yep. That's it. Yeah. Yep.
It's like that Seinfeld episode where like, what was it? Where like Kramer thinks he sees, who was it? Some old Yankee. I can't remember. Some old baseball player. And so he starts you ever see that one where he starts popping the table and going, yep, yep, like that. Like that's how he's going to get his attention.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing in the restroom. So, anyway, well, yeah.
So I guess they weren't asleep.
If they were, they woke up. So that's good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, because if they stayed asleep, they might have been dead, and that's a horrible place to die in a urinal. I mean, I don't know. There are probably worse places.
I think there's worse places.
There's got to be worse places. Yeah, like at a Subway.
Well, I had a guy. No, tell me this, dude. Okay, so like I don't know why all the bathroom stories are coming out.
Okay,
so I went to go pee at the Rays game, and the bathroom wasn't even really that full. Like I was like, I don't know. Well, it's kind of weird with your drink, right? Because like I take my drink to go get that clutch refill. You know what I'm saying? Your boy's getting that value, and I come back with that drink, and I'm kind of like, all right, but like you can't like leave it like outside the bathroom.
Yeah,
you're not.
You can't
but
trust.
like you don't really want to bring it in with you, but you kind of have to. So like there's garbage cans that are like right on the edge of the bathroom like door area. So I put it on top of the trash can usually. I take a piss real fast, kind of look over my shoulder a couple times, make sure nobody's like sipping out of it or something.
Right.
Weird.
Yeah.
And then I'm good. Right. And then I just go get my cup. I'm good.
Yeah.
So I put it on there and like I'm peeing. No, like, dude, this wasn't like a first thing in the morning. Like I'm about to my legs are about to collapse. How long this pee is kind of pee, dude. It's like a normal
just
pee.
Average.
It's no big deal. It's like maybe like a minute. I don't know.
Sure.
So like I'm doing my thing and I hear, hey man, hey. And I turn around and it's like one of the employees and he's standing next to the garbage can. He goes, is this yours, man? And now keep in mind, like I'm peeing. So
you're
like,
midstream.
The clock's ticking down on how long this is going to take. And I'm like,
of course.
Yeah, man. I think I said something like, yeah, that's me, man. Like, be done in a second or something like that.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm like, all right. So I'm still peeing. And then I feel this presence behind me.
What?
Right?
No.
Your boy, listen to this. Your boy goes, hey, man, I'm going to put this right here, okay? And he puts it on top of the next urinal.
No.
Right?
No.
Like the next one.
No.
And no one's there.
Still.
Like, but he puts it there. He's
no.
Right here. And I'm like, and like, so like, there's like a guy peeing next to my drink. I got this. I'm like, and like the bottom was on the urinal. And like, Dude,
Nope.
I almost had a meltdown.
Oh, I don't blame you.
And I was like, oh goddamn. So I get done and I grab my cup just by the top, you know, I
Oh,
don't know
of course,
the grab the top and I'm like,
yeah,
oh man. And then I was like trying to find some like alcohol, like little dispenser on the
yeah.
sanitizer to like do the bottom. I found that. I was like, whatever. And yeah, then I missed a home run
Oh my
because I
goodness,
was playing that game.
playing
And
that
you're
game.
like, brr, yay. And I'm like, God damn, I'm still like wiping my cup off. But like,
Right.
dude, you gotta know. Now I understand this
Mhm.
guy. This guy's got to empty that garbage can. This dude's like, dude, if I waited on every goddamn cup that's on
That's
top
true.
of this garbage can, like I'd
Yeah.
never do it. I get that.
Yeah.
But dude, the bathroom wasn't that full. I was already peeing.
I would
You
almost
need to put
accept
the
the
cup up
ground.
on the thing, bro. Just give me a second, dude.
Yeah.
Like look down at your like bag and then look back up and I'm there with my drink. Like that's
Right.
literally all I need
Yeah.
out of it.
What if
But-
what if they did that like one too many times and their boss is like, you do that again, and I'm gonna take one of your kids, or like, and it's like, what? Like the race stadium
Like,
is wild.
Like, what was he like getting pictures of like his girlfriend with like a knife to her throat, like on his phone,
Exactly.
like better get that garbage can emptied. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, want to
Yeah,
play
it's
a
not
game?
on
You know what I
time.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
like what is that shit?
like
I
big
don't know.
sanitation's like,
But I was like,
they don't play
whatever.
games.
And so I told the story to Preston, and Preston was like, just like like starting to
Yeah.
like shudder over. He's like, that's so gross. I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know though, because like I came up being younger, going to like football games, going to the Bucks games,
Mm.
and that bathroom was lawless.
Yeah.
And dude, it was no thing to see a guy the whole time in line for the urinal, he's polishing off a beer. Watch him polish it off while he's peeing, like pee coming out,
Yeah.
beer going in,
Right.
and then he puts it in the stack of like 10 cups that are already on top of the urinal,
Right.
already there, and goes about his business. That's
Yeah.
what everyone's doing. Everyone's polishing them off at the urinal.
Yeah, of course.
So that was just a thing. Like beer
That's
going
amazing.
in, beer going out, and they're just doing the thing. And then I found that article later that said that people at Raymond James got in trouble for reselling cups.
Oh,
Did I tell you
yeah.
about that?
Yeah, you did.
And they
You
were
did.
taking them from there,
Yeah.
from the bathroom, and
Yeah.
they were rinsing them out and reselling beer and not
Ugh.
putting the money in. But dude, I'll say this at the end of time. That's genius.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That is genius. To think about going to get those cups, because they count the cups. They
Mhm.
can't count the beer. They count
Yeah.
the cups.
Yeah.
And then you resell the cup with that cash. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
I don't
mhm.
know. Anyways.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well,
Peeing. You know what I'm saying? It's what's for
Peeing.
dinner. We have an email.
We do.
Unless you're done. Are
I
you
am
got
completely finished.
any more garbage? You
Zip.
good to go?
I'm
All
done.
Wait, but before you finish, let me just go ahead and put your drink on that urinal.
Right, yeah, please do.
Before
Okay,
you're
thanks,
done.
man. Thanks. I felt a presence
All
behind
right,
me.
so no, I felt this.
You never
like,
want to feel a
I
presence
felt
behind you while
so-
you're peeing.
No, I felt someone behind me, and and I get it because he didn't want to like come all the way to my side because then he'd
Right.
be like just looking at Mr.
Right.
Ed down there.
Yeah.
So I get it. So he kind of like was behind me and he reached around me, but his
Yeah.
face was very close to my head, and he's like, I'm gonna put this right here, boss, right there. And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
Oh.
I get the way
He's
he
breathing on
approached
your
me was
neck.
the way it was the way to approach someone like that.
Right.
My problem is that you should not approach someone like
Right.
that.
No,
just
no,
in
no. It
general.
shouldn't happen in the first place.
Like
but
chill on the cup thing, man.
oh my goodness.
Just
That's too
look
good.
the other way, bro. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Anyway. So we have an email
We do.
from Drew Ivers, and it goes something like this. Now we get called out at the end. So
We
get
do.
ready for this. You know what
So
I'm saying? We
for
get
those of
called
you
out
who
a
like
little
that,
bit.
and we
And
do.
yeah. No, if that's your king, it's
Yeah.
coming. So be ready. But the first part's nice. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Well, it's all nice. I'm just
We're
playing
just
it up.
playing.
But he says, gents, I'm freshly returned from the Rose City Comic Con here in Portland, and while there wasn't a lot of Turtles content, I did manage to meet Mr. Stan Sakai and get his
Oh,
signature on one of my favorite Usagi Yojimbo books, and he includes a picture where the
He did.
signature is amazing.
it's awesome.
And he drew little Usagi, which is like the best. Like
Mhm.
like Stan's just the best.
It's fantastic.
I've also been having a blast with Karai and Usagi in the new Shredder's Revenge DLC. I have
Mhm.
not played that.
I have. I played it with Farmer Greg the other night, and we're gonna have to work out something where we can play it on the show because it is a blast.
Oh man, when we streamed that was so fun. So
It
I'm
was.
down for doing that again.
I think
That'd be
you'll
awesome.
enjoy this, but this is more of like an endurance kind of thing, and you level
Oh.
up, and then you can keep going, and I enjoyed it. So I think, and it'd be
Nice.
something fun to do on a live stream with like a challenge or something like that. And I don't know, we'll make a thing to do of it. But yeah,
that'd be a lot of fun. Because now this next part got me tripped up. It's so funny. Because I'm an irresponsible spender. Before the con, I had to ask my wife for some cash on hip. You know what I'm saying? That's in quotes, cash on hip. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
She asked what I meant. My mind went blank, and all I could think to say was to haggle, like Waylon pennies.
Waylon pennies.
and dude, listen.
That's excellent.
It's Merle Haggler, but Waylon Pennies is like the alter ego, dude.
It is.
That's really good. Like, I never would have come up with Waylon Pennies.
No, but Waylon Pennies.
That's amazing.
That's fantastic.
We gotta add Waylon Pennies to the lexicon because
I'm writing it down.
That's Waylon Pennies almost sounds like that's when you're trying to get something on the cheap.
Oh yeah.
Like Merle Haggler is always trying to get it for the cheap, but then again, Merle Haggler can put that outlay out. You know what I'm saying? If something's got to be, if something's got to be, like good, it's got to be right. Like Merle Haggler could do that. Waylon Pennies is looking for like those bargain bin deals.
Oh,
you know
absolutely.
what I'm saying? Like Waylon Pennies is like
beyond the pawn shop.
I will not buy this comic if it's more than like 75 cents.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
The guy's like, how about we call it 80? And you're like, I'm Waylon Pennies. I will walk away over 5 pennies, dude. Like I will walk away. Like,
yeah.
But I said 75 cents. Like that's all it is. You know what I mean? She gave me a look I'm very familiar with, and I realized I may have been listening to too much Turtle Soup, but also clearly not enough.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dude, much love for that. For whether you're Waylon Pennies or you're Merle Haggler, dude. I mean, I like those stories, dude. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? Like when you haggled somebody, when that Waylon Pennies came out and got a few pennies off, it is a high better than anything. And I wish Comic-Con still had comics because Waylon Pennies would be showing up. You know what I mean? But now it's just merch. Different. When I wrote to you guys about 6 months ago, I was shell deep in 90s TMNT. And this is actually true. So Drew was the guy that was going back.
Right.
Like from doing the hero's journey, from the thing. And it was really funny. I was shell deep in 90s TMNT and taking a break due to the slog of the 87 series.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still in the 90s, but the end of the cartoon, Archie and early Mirage, the video games, manga, etc., are all in sight and the down years are approaching. Ready for this? This is where we get called out.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of which, I have a suggestion.
Ooh.
As I eventually catch up on your current episodes, I can't help but notice that the weekly soup has become more of a monthly soup.
It's true.
I read that. I was like, shit. And that you guys are reviewing one episode or comic at a time. Yeah. Back when the show started, it was weekly, and you would knock out 3 to 4 episodes of the cartoon at once. Don't get me wrong; I'll keep listening until my front tail falls off. But I would love to. But I would love to hear you guys talk.
It just fell off. I gotta stop.
I'm out. I mean, from the beginning until my front tail falls off. And then I'm done.
Yeah, that's it.
But I would love to hear you guys talk about more modern stuff before that actually happens.
Yeah. Oh, that is a concern.
Can I suggest a reformatting, reinvigoration, or retooling as you approach 2002 and 2003, the next big era of the TMNT? And then they close with, please take this suggestion with a heavy dose of love and annoyingness that is only an entitled fan can convey. Else time Drew. And once again, like nice little picture of Stan Sky's signature, which is that needs 2 pages. You know what I mean? You need a splash for that.
Does. Absolutely.
So thanks, Drew. So man, I read that. I was like, oh shit. So yes. So this is actually a fitting time, I think, to announce that we are going to be advancing the timing on Next Mutation here on out. We're gonna be doing 2 episodes of the cartoon of the show per episode of Turtle Soup.
Yeah,
this was already in the works.
You
know what I'm saying? Please, bro, believe me. You know what I'm saying? We were already talking about that 2 weeks ago. We came up with that because we're like, look, like I was like, this is starting to turn to a Savage Dragon. Not that I don't have fun doing them,
right?
But it and long-time listeners know that we've talked about this on the air a bunch. We always I'm always concerned. Eric usually isn't as concerned about this. I'm always more concerned about the amount of real time it takes us to get through something.
Mm-hmm.
That a listener might be like, dude, I'm in like month 4
Yeah.
of this like one show or this one, you know, or just these cartoons, you know what I mean? And that the real time is a problem. However, at the same time, sometimes, I mean, things take a while to slog through, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to be going to 2 episodes of Next Mutations per episode to try to like speed that up.
Yeah.
Besides that, the monthly soup thing has been a thing more recently. Have we done only 1 episode a month before?
We definitely have. Yeah, it's.
I know we have, but like I'm trying to
recently,
think of like
yeah, we have.
I always thought we try to get at least 2 out.
Well, the thing is that it
a week
we
or a
record,
month, but
yeah, it usually falls on like, oh, we can't do it this week, but we can do it next week. Well, like the first is Wednesday. So it's like, well, then it's not going to be the month. So it's usually that's usually the situation. But yeah, the that, like you said, that's in the works. And yeah, do we want to talk real quick about the thing that we had happen to us today at all? Did you want to get into that or no?
Oh, what was the episode orders?
Yeah, the episode order. You want to save that?
Oh, maybe we'll save it for like when we do the segment on the show.
That's fine. But yeah, you're right. So definitely going to do that. And we had been talking about this. We had said because we'll talk about it in a minute why we actually started talking about doing this. But yeah, we're gonna get through this, and then once we're done with this, the big thing is that I want to do the cereal box episode. That's going to be solely that. Because I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think we can really make something cool out of it. And then other than that, I think all we have are bag of tricks. So handful of things, but we're probably going to be able to knock them out in 1 episode. So if it's like 3 issues of something, we'll be able to truncate that into 1 episode, 3 issues coverage. And that will get us closer to 2000. And then once we're in the 2000s, getting into more modern stuff, then we have to decide like, do we take our time with this or do we keep it going?
And that's something that we probably have coming. I know that like we for a long time we would only let ourselves change the formatting or anything once a year.
Yeah,
that was like our whole thing. Like at the end of the year, going into the new year, we would have that discussion because a lot of podcasts, especially back when we started, there was just a bunch of new podcasters, and they would change format like every week. And I hated that.
Yeah.
And I feel like consistency is like super important in podcasting. So I was like, no, we have to literally like only let ourselves like, no, it wasn't every year. It was every 50 episodes at first.
Yeah.
We're like the first 50 are going to be this way. And then we're going to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
We've done more format changes, obviously, more recently, right? With like going on YouTube live and stuff, which has definitely changed some things about the show.
Yeah.
But we will be having conversations, definitely. And we've always kind of had these talks about how to make things either more streamlined or bring people more of like what they want out of the show, less of what they don't.
Yeah.
And trying to get the show to be something that is at the same time easier for us to do, right? Because one thing about going live and stuff is it's a long process, right? Like, I mean, I'm trying to say like, oh, play the tiniest violin for Ryan and Eric, but we like, I'm not just talking about show prep, like just doing the notes or doing whatever. We're talking about like literally like Eric's making graphics, doing stuff earlier that day. We get together at like 7:30 to talk. Then the show goes on and we don't get done till like 11.
Yeah.
And one thing that we were just kind of talking about was like, are there ways that we can like maybe like shorten the overall time of the show? That would make it easier for us to get an episode out, right? Because the problem is if something takes your entire night, then all you need is one thing to go wrong, and there's 2 people here, right?
Right.
One of us has one problem, and no show, right?
Exactly.
And recently, Eric and I both just had life catch up to us. I was sick like 4 times in 2 months, or whatever, like really sick, where I couldn't even do the podcast. I mean, I couldn't not sneeze basically for like 2 minutes, or whatever. Like it was really bad. I had my eye stuff, which screwed me up for a while. Eric's always busy. He's got his stuff. If that bike has a problem, then there's that, right?
Yeah, because I can't sit. But
yeah, so things get messed up. So So yeah, no, but definitely no. I really appreciate the comment and the constructive criticism, because I think that helps us a lot going forward.
And guilt goes a long way, everybody. Guilt trips go
Yeah,
very long,
no. I mean,
especially when they're very respectable, like this one was.
They are.
You put me and Ryan on you put us on Front Street with like us not meeting expectations or coming to the plate.
Yeah.
Like your boys are gonna step up because well we're not caught slacking, but we will over it. We'll try our best to meet your expectations if you're letting us know that we're slacking. So definitely always feel free to write in and let us know if you want us to do more stuff like this, because we will.
For sure. And I'll close with this. Like, you know, if you have any thoughts about the way this show's formatted, the way that we're doing things right now, and like versus maybe how we did it before, where you liked it better, or things that we did right that you do like this way, but maybe do this, like write us an email. Like take the moment, like, you know, pause the show if you're not live, or even just do it while you're listening to us live.
There you go.
Write an email and just say, like, you know what, like, and honestly, like we don't take it personally. We just want the show to be better.
Oh, absolutely.
So if you're saying, you know what, like this and that, like, you know, it's hard to catch live, but then when I go back and watch the video on YouTube, like the pregame show is a little bit like boring because like I wasn't there, right? And like whatever. Or you know, like or whatever you want to say, that would make you enjoy the show more. And we're definitely in conversations about streamlining. One thing we've talked about doing, and we may institute next week potentially, or next episode, would be cutting the pregame show, which I know that is fun, and I have a really good time with it. I know Eric does too, and we love talking to you guys. It is an extra. I mean, if you take the 15-minute roll plus the 30 minutes run, that's like 45 minutes. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And sometimes that 45 minutes could be the difference of like, hey, you know what? Like, yeah, I can squeeze in an episode tonight, but we got to make it quick, versus knowing like, dude, I don't got the 3 hours. Right. So like, I can't do the show. That could make all the difference. And it could make all the difference into getting us to back to a more bi-weekly or weekly schedule with the show as well.
And even still, like that extra 30 minutes is 30 minutes of a review that we do, so that can be the extra content. So but we're still
that's a big one to help us speed up as well, like in what we're covering per episode, right? And we did used to knock out a lot more.
We did.
YouTube definitely slows things down a little bit because we are, you know, trying to present like a visual to the show. So like images, like when we do reviews, we have images and stuff that we are. If Eric and I have these images in front of us, we are going to go into them and start talking about them or whatever. And that does add, we hope it adds content to the review. But it may also add time.
But we're also, you also didn't mention our makeup time, our shower times that we have to do for the show. Cause I mean, we got to be presentable.
We have to live stream the shower to each other.
Exactly. Yeah. Cause if we have a routine, you might not know that this is behind the shell, you know, a little bit, but it's like, we have a syncopated bathing routine that we do before each show.
Well, I mean, just to pull back the curtain a little more, that maybe the shower curtain this time, it's impossible for me to wash my beard without someone telling me how to do it.
Exactly. He can't. It's like
when I come out, when I
like when no one's telling him how to do it, he's like,
when I'm in there, I come out, it looks like that classic the 80s movie trope where like the guy hops out of the shower and his hair still has all the suds in it. Like it's like that. You know, it can turn colors if people don't watch. So I try to make. I mean, you see all this gray. I mean, that was the last time I tried to wash it by myself. You know what I'm saying? So, Eric's got a live stream. We got to be on the call doing that. But yeah, no, send an email. Let us know. And yeah, reformatting, retooling is definitely going to happen here soon. But yeah, any feedback, we appreciate it. And thanks, Drew, for the feedback. Hope your front tail doesn't fall off before we get done with Next Mutation. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Because that wouldn't be great.
Yep.
Speaking of Next Mutation, are you you ready to hop in?
Not yet. Hold on. I got to find my stuff. But yeah, I mean, I'm almost ready, Ryan. You could say that I'm near ready. I'm very close to ready. In fact, I am ready.
All right. Next Mutation. You know what I'm saying? Truce and Consequences, written by Ken Holtz and Spencer Rice. That's right. It Take Two. Directed by Ian Patterson. So, It's a return to the radio show. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
And anyone with the date, it was November 28th, 1997. You know what I'm saying? Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
I'll set the scene for you. Ready? Music. Just think about that for a minute.
Just think about it.
Mikey is once again hosting his pirate radio show, The Sewer Hour. Mobile, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't get caught by the FCC. You know what I'm saying? He's running around. It's basically like the end of that movie with Christian Slater.
Yeah.
Pump Up the Volume.
Yeah,
It's like the end of Pump Up the Volume, but all the time. Like he's that final pump, like, you know, when he's in the truck and he's trying not to get caught?
Yeah.
Mikey's like that all the time right now.
Oh, yeah.
So he's running around and doing his thing. And we noticed that he has a new listener.
He does.
One called Wick. Wick has the antenna in the rank hideout. He's tuning in to Mikey's show. Mikey is dropping, honestly, a ton of some truthful shit. Like one thing he's saying, it's just about systems of oppression, bro. Like, it would honestly, all the crap he's saying, it is a little like turtlefied certified. So it's like, yeah, bro, when the man, bro, like when someone's harshing your, it just sounds like stoner speech, effectively. Like something that like Pauly Shore would say.
It does.
But it's just straight up systems of oppression. I feel like Karl Marx would be like, oh yeah, word up. No, that's a good show. I'm gonna listen to that. And it's hilarious because then like Dragon Lord walks in and hears like this racket. And he's like, tell it like it is on the boom. That's a good one. And he asks Wick what's going on. And dude, Wick says, dude, this cat's telling it like it is on this boombox, bro.
Yep.
And the Dragon Lord basically just like hits Wick for doing this. There's not like a lot, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's not a big reason to do it, except he doesn't like it, that Wick likes something that like Dragon Lord doesn't know about.
Exactly.
A lot of things of jealousy here. Like Dragon Lord's harsh, like jealous about this.
Oh yeah.
So he just like knocks the hell out of Wick. And can you dip that baby? That's you're getting some good. You get some
I'm trying to get. I try to get some good ones for the fans. You know what I'm saying? Speaking
of dipping the baby, you know what I'm saying? In the sewers, Raph and Venus are sparring, and it is going down. Raph is just completely outmatched. He tries to pull out his sai. He's like, "I'll stab you." She uses her cape to like take it out of, because you know the thing about a sai is that it's supposed to intercept things, but it intercepts cloth. You just pull it back. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, "Brr." They fight some more, and then he gets absolutely kicked to the floor by Venus, to which he does the most dishonorable thing possible and puts his hand up to be like, "Oh, help me up," and then he flips Venus over.
Flips her over,
and he's like, "That's how you fight Raph." And I'm like, no.
Yeah, no. Just garbage.
Like, Raph, you suck.
Yeah. He's
like,
he's not
she wouldn't help you up if you were really fighting her.
Yeah.
So that's not gonna work, Raph.
Yeah, no.
And it's a long segment for just having that happen.
It is. And it feels like this episode feels like it has a lot of like where they stay on the turtles for a little bit longer than they should. And like, there was a lot of interstitials too. So it feels like this is definitely a filler episode in a lot of ways.
Yeah, but not as much like on the bone. I think if you were like, the pitch for this was like 3 sentences, and they're like, well, gotta make 20 minutes out of it.
Right.
And that definitely happens. So that happens, and whatever. So in the lair, Donnie has built a lie detector.
A turtle-fied lie detector.
Now, this thing ostensibly just runs on this like gun-looking thing.
Yeah. That
you just point at something and it says if it's lying or not. Right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, normal polygraphs like read your like blood pressure and your, you know, like heart rate and your like whatever, and I mean, they're not admissible in court. They're right 51% of the time, which is, you know, horseshit. Yeah. But Donnie has one certified. So he builds this lie detector, and Splinter pops up out of the chair. Now I'm gonna lay out something I don't like here. Okay. And because this scene's kind of, to me, a little bit weird. So Splinter gets up and starts drawing that knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Splinter's like, first of all, this sucks. Which you're like, yeah, because like this is only going to cause problems.
Right.
He's like, number 2, and this is the thing he said that really got me. He was like, look, knowing that someone's lying but not knowing why they're lying is like stupid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, That's some facts. Because like people lie all the time, bro.
Oh,
but
yeah.
like, but you gotta be like, but why?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like that can make all the difference. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? So I was like, kind of like, all right, dude. And I'm like, okay, they're setting Splinter up not to like this thing, which is cool because Splinter's
Right.
gonna be right.
He's
Right.
old
And you
dad.
already start to see the threads going. Like, yeah, like Donnie was so busy asking if he could. You know, he never
Didn't
asked
ask
if he should. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, he never figured it out. So Donnie's response to this is, I'm gonna win a Nobel Prize.
Oh, yeah.
Like he just ignores Splinter completely. And Splinter, the last thing Splinter says is, mind your own business.
Pretty
Like
much.
you should be focusing on yourself and not other people if they're lying, right?
Yeah.
And Donnie's like, I'm gonna win a Nobel Prize. Come here, Leo. So Leo sits down to test the device.
Yeah.
And he's got the gun on him. And he asks Leo some like, classic baseline questions like you do for a polygraph. Like, what's your name? What's your favorite weapon? And this light keeps lighting. The green light says truth, 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 truth. He's
Right.
like, okay. Then he says, go ahead and lie. And Leo's like, I won't do that.
Yeah.
And Donnie's like, come on, man, just drop a weird lie so I could like test the machine. And Leo has like the most irrational response.
It's weird.
He gets up, like plants his like katana in the chair he was just sitting in.
Yeah.
He's like, I never lie. And I'm like, whoa.
Okay. Sure.
That sounds like somebody who's straight up lying, dude.
Sounds like,
and
but we don't know why he's lying.
But we don't know why he's lying. That's the important part. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now you might tell yourself, dude, sometimes like next mutation, like they'll write a deep one on you. They'll drop a deep thread.
Sure.
It's not all just floating on the surface.
No.
I'm like, so at this point, I'm thinking, man, like maybe like that's that point where like it turns out Leo's lying, and they don't know why. But when they find out why, old dad's gonna be right.
Mm-hmm.
So then Leo says again, I never lie, and that's when Donnie moves the gun to him, and that comes up as a lie.
Comes up as a lie.
Right? Like, I never lie, and that's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
And Leo gets even more mad about it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, they cut to Splinter. And once again, this scene's way too long for what it is. But they cut to Splinter, whose face looks like, I knew this was going to be trouble.
Right.
Like, that's his face.
Yeah.
See? And now Leo's pissed. And now you're like, Leo's a liar, but Leo like says, dude, I don't lie, but that's a lie.
Right.
And all people lie, Donnie. Why are you doing this? Like, see, he gets up out of the chair and I'm like, oh, here it comes, dude. Cause you did that shit right in front of Splinter.
Mm-hmm.
Splinter's going to be like, I told you about mind your own business and how all this is going to be is trouble. Your boy Splinter starts laughing, bro.
Yeah.
And he's like, ha, 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 ha. Oh, yes. Ha. You got caught in a lie. Certified. And I'm like,
yeah.
What?
Why?
And then Donnie's eating this up, dude. Donnie's cheesing.
Yeah.
Like in that photo right there, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Donnie's like, Andy's lying, master. Like he's on that plan, cheesing out. Splinter is like, I made a funny level.
Oh,
like
definitely.
Guffawing, and Leo's even more mad.
Yeah.
That's bad writing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
not
bad writing.
Well, they're not real brothers, so I was going to say that's bad sibling stuff. But because that's just
that's
turning
the
the
kind
parent
of thing.
against. Yeah.
Yes, and that's the kind of thing that a sibling would be tempted to do to another sibling.
Yeah.
Because they don't understand. And then old dad says, don't do that. And then they do it. And then you got to teach that lesson. You know what I mean? And it turns out old dad was right. The entire, like, whatever they were building as far as subtext of, like, should we always know the truth? And all these interesting things philosophically abandoned. Yeah. Just so Splinter can say, haha, you fell in the poopy. And then that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like, I rewound it again to be like, is there something else? No, it's just bad writing. They and once again, it's a scene where it was a small thing. They had to expand it into a big thing.
Yep.
And the more you're doing that without a point, the more you're gonna turn back on yourself.
Exactly.
And I was like, cool. So that thread's dead. Neat.
But if they could have literally just had that, like if they would have cut, like when Leo said, I never told a lie and it showed lie. If they would have cut right there and cut the Splinter laughing and all that, you still would have had that, like, oh, are they going to come back to this? Even if they didn't come back to it, it's still enough of a like,
Or if
kind of
you in the scene
idea.
on Splinter, like looking on, like upset, like God, I
Oh,
knew this was gonna
true,
happen.
true. Yeah, just have him
And
do
then
that.
like because they came up with it.
Yeah,
Like that's what kills me. Like they wrote the script. So Splinter says, dude, Donnie, this thing's a problem. Donnie, like you don't want to know why people are lying sometimes. And maybe you don't know why. Like you are invading someone's, I mean, honestly, a little bit of their privacy, right? There's a
yeah,
social contract. No one likes a liar, but we all lie. Sometimes we lie to protect people's feelings. Sometimes we lie because we're maybe don't have like the balls to say like I just don't want to do that thing.
right.
Like, hey bro, do you want to come to my band show? And you're like, or I
No.
could not.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Sometimes we do that, and that's part of it. But
yeah,
they wrote it. So why kill it? Like if you come up with that idea and you're trying to blow a script out where it's basically like, oh, Wick listens to the radio show and some funny things happen. If that's all your script is, why don't you keep this? Because you
yeah.
just like wrote a skeleton for a good part of the story.
For a really
but you
good
got rid of it.
idea that you wouldn't think would come up in any of this stuff, but like the idea of
Yep.
like, you know, knowing that someone's lying means nothing if you don't know why they're lying. And
Later on, Donnie uses the machine to figure something else out. And that was a great opportunity to have the idea that no, the lie detector isn't broken.
yeah,
Like it works. But like you don't even know how to handle what you're getting because we shouldn't know.
right,
We should never know every time someone lies.
Right.
Like that's not a thing.
yeah,
And you did this and you didn't think about why. And then Donnie should take it apart at the end because he's like, no, you're right. Like this breaks like human interaction.
It
Like
does.
I'm not going to do this. No, but they throw it away for like a little joke where Splinter's in on the joke.
Yeah.
And right. Anyways. So back at the Dragon Lord's Hammer Castle warehouse, don't forget the rank hideout.
Yeah.
They've had to find a warehouse somewhere cheap, somewhere quick.
Mhm.
It's a castle.
It is.
The Dragon Lord is currently in the process of banning anyone from listening to Mikey's show,
right.
saying that literally, like, if you listen to this show, basically, if you take an idol before me, because that's basically what he's
Essentially, yeah, because he's just so upset. Like he's so like
he doesn't want them to be a fan of anything.
right.
You know what I'm
which is
saying?
Wild.
So yeah, so he is in the process of this. But guess who's listening to Sewer Hour literally as he's saying this? Just around the corner.
Yeah, just
Wick.
right there.
Wick has
yeah.
that show blaring.
Yeah.
Now,
from the boombox.
The Dragon Lord, you'd think Dragon Lord is gonna he literally hit him over listening to it before he knew what really was being said.
Right.
Now that he knows that like this is some like you know
Certified
system of
turtified.
oppression level, certified like making you into like a terrorist basically, like
Yeah.
now he's real mad, right?
Mhm.
Like no. We do learn that Wick is genuinely into the show.
Yeah.
That's one thing that's actually happening.
Super
Like,
weird.
Wick is loving what he's saying, but you realize here, Wick doesn't know it's Mikey. Wick thinks it's just some guy on the radio.
Right.
And
even though he's saying
he
certified,
says,
certified.
Yeah, but he doesn't get it because the Dragon Lord listens for a second and literally can tell it's Mikey's voice. He's like, that is Mikey. And Wick kind of goes, oh, really? It's a turtle? Well, anyway, I like the show.
Right.
And then Dragon Lord's like, I got a plan, boys. I got a plan. So we cut to Mikey and Wick calls into the show.
Oh,
and I got to say, I was really irritated before with the bad writing. But at this point, I'm like, this is kind of cool, actually. I don't know. They kind of turned me around a little bit here because I was like, well, I mean, I'm really mad that you like just like drop kicked like this entire other cool plot thing off the bridge. You know, the bad man punted Baxter style. But like, now I'm like, all right, what's going to happen here? So he calls the show and he claims to be a big fan.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, check it out, dude. Like, I'm basically, you've helped me foment a rebellion in the rank. I have a fan club of rank soldiers who are into your shit. We think the Dragon Lord is garbage and we're asking for a truce.
Right.
So that we're asking for a truce so that when I overthrow the Dragon Lord, y'all see us and we won't fight.
Right.
And Mikey balks a little bit, right?
Oh,
Mikey's a little like, hold on.
Yeah.
So you're Wick and you're in, you know, little sack of sludge. You're into my show, but you want a truce. But honestly, good.
I was just gonna say the thing I love about it is that so we see on the show that he's got some rank members with a telephone, like a payphone that they just stole from outside that somehow still works, and the thing that I loved about this is that he's going through and Wick is so oblivious to everything that's going on around him that he's talking it up to Mikey, being like, yo, like you were saying, like, we formed the rebellion. Like people are like really digging your show, Turtlefied Certified, and all this. And yeah, the Dragon Lord, he's a big fat head. And like we've started calling him the Wiener Lord.
The Wiener Lord.
And yeah,
it's
right
so
there.
good because the way they shot it was good because you see him calling into the show and you're like, okay, but then it pans over to the Dragon Lord and you're like, oh, he's like in on this,
right?
And Wick is just calling him every name under the sun,
right?
Like to get away with it. It's so good.
It's so
and
good.
He's going,
The thing I love about it is that we're still not certain if Wick is putting on or not. Like we think he might be. But like, it's very weird that he's like really leaning into this with the Dragon Lord being white, with the Wiener Lord being right there. And like, I don't know. I was kind of like, I don't know where this is going to go with what they're doing. Like, cause he's selling it really well.
He is selling it. And you see that he's there. So you think like, okay, like he's definitely like, this is his plan.
Yeah.
Right. But you don't know maybe if Wick's not like truly like, like he's basically extreme joking on your boy Dragon Lord. Like he's saying what he means, but Dragon Lord thinks it's the plan. You're like, okay, and once again, like that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it takes a lot of Wiener Lording. You know what I'm saying? To convince Mikey.
It does.
He calls Dragon Lord like every name in the book. You know what I mean?
Every name in the effing book. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, no one said anything too about him
lately.
You know what I'm saying? But so yeah, he does, and so Mikey kind of leaves this part going like, all right, like that's weird, but yeah, no, you're good. Like yeah, no, we'll do a truce because like hell yeah, bro, like welcome to the revolution kind of shit. And like Wick's like hell yeah, bro, and then afterwards there's a neat scene where like Dragon Lord's super mad about being called Wiener Lord.
Oh yeah, I love it. Wiener Lord.
It almost looks like it would be his baseball card.
If it does.
It's like Wiener Lord, first
Wiener
base.
Lord. Rookie.
Rookie. Oh, is that rookie?
Yeah, it's a rookie. Is that rookie Wiener Lord?
Wiener Lord, University of Florida.
Right. Yeah.
Go Gators.
Is that first and last name?
Yeah, Wiener Lord, yeah.
Wiener.
Lord Wiener. So he like, he gets mad. He's like, you had to call me Wiener Lord, and he does the eyes, and I'm kind of like, was that fire, bro? And then it's like, no, it's okay. So So we leave things off, and Mikey's a little confused.
Yeah,
he's kind of like, like man, like it could just really. Am I the man? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, because that's got to be neat because you start this radio program talking about oppression and talking about like all this stuff, like rising up and doing cool stuff and all these things. And then someone who is actively under oppression in another faction that you are, in a constant battle against, calls you up and says, I really dig your stuff. Like, I like what you're saying, because they genuinely do, because they feel everything that Mikey's saying. And then Mikey's got to deal with the reality of that. And then also that, did I just actually solve the crisis that's happening in New York without anyone knowing?
Mikey's thinking he's changing hearts and minds over here.
He is. And that's, I mean, that's kind of what we do on Turtle Soup, every week when we change hearts and minds about these episodes. Once you and I get together and we start talking about it, it's kind of the same thing.
At least we're changing each other's hearts and minds. I don't know about anybody else, but we're definitely getting
are. Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Mikey gets back home and he's like, he's kind of like, at this point, he's kind of excited about everything. He's like, oh yeah, well, I've got the Dragon Lord. Like I figured this out, and like no one believes him. Like everyone is like, just no, that's not a thing. That did not happen. Of course, you're making this up, Michelangelo. Which is like, really, like, why would he just come in here and make that up?
They run that off camera. He must walk in and say a bunch of wrong stuff.
He has to,
because when it's on camera, bro, no one ever believes him, dude.
Right?
Like he's got to come walking in like 6 days out of 7 with like, hey man, I just saw a possum. The only thing was he drove my taxi.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, really, Mikey? And you turn out, no, man, you're just tripping balls. They're like,
Right.
oh.
But then the other time, it's like, hey, I saw a gorilla or a monkey in a banana suit,
Yeah.
and he had a gang of pantless gangsters.
He walks in like, hey, did you know Princess Di was American? And
Right.
they're like,
Oh
what?
my
No,
God.
really? and it's like, no, like Donnie's like on that old internet, like, nah, son. And he's like,
Right.
oh, no, okay.
Yeah.
Like, he's got to be wrong like 9
He's
out of 10
gotta
times,
be.
because
He's
no one
gotta-
ever believes him.
He's got to be like, Pamela Anderson wasn't in Baywatch. You know that? She
Yeah,
wasn't in that. She definitely wasn't in Baywatch. Y'all are mistaken. It's like, what?
That loud and wrong, dude.
Yeah, no. He has to be, because like they always doubt him, and it's so annoying.
Yeah, always doubt him, dude. Yeah, well, it just takes a lot of time off the show. I'm like,
It does.
could you just like believe him and then have another minute or two of like other stuff in the episode?
Right.
Because they always have to go, no way, Mike, you're tripping balls. And he's like, he's right. At least when we've seen it, he's right.
Exactly. So yeah, and this is another one where he's right. Donnie runs the tape back of the performance of Mikey's show, and he runs it through the lie detector, and Wick's voice through the lie detector, it passes for truth.
That's where I'm like, how's that thing work, Donnie?
Exactly.
Because if it's measuring like physical, like stuff like anatomically off you,
Yeah.
then you can't do that off a tape.
You can't
If
do
it's
that off a
measuring
tape.
your voice modulation,
Right.
then I feel like you can't tell if someone's lying with just that alone.
Yeah, no, you can't. And it's,
You know what I mean?
And even if you could, to some degree, someone's gonna find a way to manipulate that. To your point of them not using it and not being admissible in court, really, because it's not reliable.
Yeah.
So-
well, at what point? I mean, like Morgan Freeman would just be able to say anything and it's true.
Exactly. Yeah, because you'll just believe it, and he
Like
probably
he
believes
he just get really close to the mic and be like, Princess Diana was American.
it.
And truth.
Truth.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like, so I mean, that's all it is.
Exactly. So everyone's debating whether or not it's still, if Wick is really redeemable, and like Mikey decides that everyone's just jealous of his success, which is a valid point, considering that like their goal is to kind of beat the Dragon Lord, and if Mikey is brokering a truce, then that's better than anything that any of them have done, except for when they turn their shells together and run into something. That's
true.
That's really the only thing that they've been able to accomplish. And
Splinter at one point does say something like, well, personally, I've never found a spirit that wasn't redeemable. And I'm like,
that's true.
Oroku Saki. Anybody? No?
Yeah.
Like Splinter, at least one soul that you didn't think was redeemable.
Right. So much so
because when Splinter made him, when Venus made him look into his own reflection and destroyed his soul,
right? Yeah,
you were like, certified, turtleified. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all you said about that, bro.
That's all he said. Yeah,
you're certified.
Your arch enemy, your nemesis, arguably one of your oldest friends, just killed themselves, committed spiritual soul seppuku, and just done and. Certified turtleified. Yep. Those are gonna be my last words, by the way. If I die, while we're still reviewing these, like I'm gonna get in a car accident and I'm gonna call you up and you're gonna be like, hey man, what's up? I'm gonna be like, bro, certified turtleified, and that's how you'll know. I'm done.
Oh man.
And so
that's our safe word.
It is our safe word. Oh my lord.
No, it can't be our safe word because we use it too much.
We do. So Mikey gets like really fed up with all these dudes, and so he ends up heading to meet up with Wick, which they broker some sort of deal where they're like, all right, yeah, we're gonna meet up, and and it's Wick in the rank, and it appears at first as though Wick is telling the truth. Like Mikey's at this weird clown place, like with all like it's almost like a warehouse filled with like where they keep all the circus stuff or like the fair stuff. And
Batman must have been out of town.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So
because this is where Batman fights everybody. So Batman was like in like Japan on business or something,
right?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And so the rank have all these signs made. I don't know if you can see right here. It says sewer power, SOOWER power. Yeah, that's amazing. And Mikey's just like, wait, what? Like, what's like? He's just taken back. What does the other one say? There's another sign over here that says truce with turtles.
with turtles,
and then Turtle Radio
Turtle
rules,
Radio rocks.
or rocks.
Or
What
yeah,
do I do?
either one.
And yeah, so he's just taken aback, and he's like, "Oh, okay." And they ask him to sign some stuff, and he's like, "Oh, I'm just really glad you're not evil anymore. That's cool." And
Yeah,
I mean, it's I don't know, it's pretty funny, and you're still kind of not sure. You're still like, this could go either way, but he's surrounded by the rank, and it almost looks like a wrestling match, like with all the
it
signs
does.
and everything.
It does,
and it kind of has that energy to it too, which I thought was neat. But yeah, like I said, Mikey gets asked by Wick to sign his autograph book, which you had an autograph book, didn't you? Or you still do?
I don't think I ever did. I was never that organized as a kid.
I thought you had one. Did you really? Did you really not?
No,
I could have sworn you had an autograph, but I probably did at some point, like one trip to Disney, and then that was it. I don't remember what happened to it.
Oh no! I mean, it's not that I've never possessed an autograph book. Like, yeah, like when you were a kid and you go to Disney, you get it,
right?
But like, I'm not like it also just disappeared. Like, I'm not. I don't
Right.
still. I don't have a book currently where I'm like,
yeah.
oh, I'm gonna go to the Rays game and bring my autograph book.
Yeah.
Like for these, like you know what I mean? Like I'm not doing that.
Yeah, it's never been my
That
thing.
was an old school. That was old school back. That was a thing back in the day.
Oh, definitely. It's not my thing, but I love that other people have that, and that's something that they can get into, and that's really
It'd
neat.
be sick. It'd be sick to have to be an adult and have a dead ass autograph book that you've had since you were like 18. Every show you've been to,
yeah,
every whatever, and have that book. That'd be dope.
I never thought of it like that. That's sick,
bro. I'm not ripping on that because you could also like journal around it. Like you could like write about the show you went to or like the game you went to, and then like they sign on that, and it'd be like a tapestry of your life. Like that'd be awesome. But like, I'm not gonna walk in with a book.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like I don't
you know
like.
what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah, I don't like things getting signed. Really, like I just don't. I'd prefer them if they're not, because I like the way that they are. Usually speaking about like records and stuff. Books are a different thing. Like if we're at a con and someone
books
signs
are made
the ends,
for it.
Like Drew's when he the Stan Sakai thing he sent.
Stan Sakai. I mean that just made your book
better,
10 times more awesome than it was.
Right, and so that's awesome. Just record covers, that just bothers me. I don't like that. I've never liked that. If that's your thing, that's cool. It's just it's not mine.
I think I've only had one record signed. It was Charlie Bliss.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I already had a copy of it.
There you go.
Like I bought Guppy again, I think,
right,
and then had them sign it.
Yeah.
And she drew a little spider on it, which I appreciated.
Oh.
And I'm weird. I like autographs kind of, but I rarely get them because I usually don't want to bother people.
Right. That's me
stuff.
Too. Definitely.
I was the only person. So when we went to Randyland and we sat in Randyland when the broadcasters were in Randyland, like we were sitting like right behind them, and they broadcasted the game from that section. And you got a Randyland shirt when you go. I had both the broadcasters sign my shirt, and they definitely looked at me weird. Really? And I was kind of like, I don't know, man. Like they were signing baseballs. I was like, "Why was asking you to sign a shirt, dude? Like, what
difference does it make?" That? Yeah, no. If you're signing anything, it's fair game, unless it's a baby. But like,
sure,
because that's
even
just
then.
Weird. Well, even then, that's true. Ricky Bobby signed my baby.
Basically, yeah. No, I mean, yeah, but no, having an old school autograph book, I bet you there are some sick ass old school autograph books where that thing was more of a thing.
Yeah,
like. Because they used to be a lot more of a thing. People used to bring
absolutely.
their autograph book to like concerts and stuff
right.
like that. Like that was a thing.
Yeah.
The times I've seen what was WWF, like wrestling matches live. Kids had autograph books like crazy.
Yeah.
You can get like everyone's autograph like that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, that's neat. So we find out, and another thing, it's a real good way to find out whether or not your heroes are southpaw or not. And here,
bro,
we find out that Michelangelo, your
Mikey,
boy, party dude, lefty,
southpaw legion, bro.
There you go. So
there's only 20% of us in the world. You know what I'm saying? And me, your boy Mikey, Kurt Cobain, Obama, and Preston. Father Preston.
My goodness. That would be
there's 5 lefties for you right there.
Y'all should form a lefty Justice League.
Bro,
just you, Obama, Kurt, and Father Preston, and Michelangelo.
We just can't write anything in spiral bound notebooks, or we're just deactivated.
That's the thing. That's your kryptonite is spiral bound notebooks.
or like scissors.
Oh yeah, scissors. Yeah, no.
It's like quick, quick, Ryan, you can save the world. You just need to snip this fuse.
Yeah, no.
God damn up. And like, and when like the blades don't cut together, they go apart. And I'm like,
Yeah.
and like the world blows up. Yeah.
Yep.
Like that. Yeah. So maybe not so great.
Or you're cut,
But
and it's like when the thread goes between the blades, like
Yep.
that. Yeah. That's that. That's
yeah,
the whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. No, dude. My life, in school and forever,
Yeah.
is grabbing a pair of scissors. That scissors could be designed to be ambidextrous. I've used a lot that are, but some aren't. And you try to cut with your left hand, and the blades go apart instead of coming together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, it's so annoying. The scissors that I trim my mustache with
Mm-hmm.
are like that. I have to trim my
Oh my
mustache with
goodness.
my right hand.
Oh my goodness.
Because with my left hand, bro, the hair just goes up in the scissors. It doesn't cut. And here's the thing. These are little, like those little teeny scissors that just have holes for your fingers.
Yeah.
Why? Like, they're not molded to be for a right hand.
No.
They look ambidextrous.
They do.
But yeah, anyway, the 5 of us shopping at the Leftorium, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
and, And we're solid, but there you go. 20%.
20% certified turtleified. Well,
Certified
unfortunately, this pen was not certified turtleified because
No.
it's got some gas in it. So
it's got
classic.
that gas, boy. That one hitter,
Classic.
bro.
Oh yeah, that one hitter.
Your boy hit that one hitter, bro. And like, don't
That
worry,
purple
man. It wasn't half a tab, bro. Like he
No,
just got
no.
like done, dude.
This is
Your
great.
boy ran that, like, whatever that is, that indica or whatever, and like your
Oh,
boy's
yeah.
out.
Oh yeah, your boy's done. Your boy's done.
Out.
And so yeah, so back in the lair, no one has any idea where Mikey is. Donnie eventually locates him with his tracker, and yeah, and surprise, surprise, he's at the rank hideout.
How did Donnie figure that out? How did he get his machine to work?
He busted it, Ryan. Like just
No. You have to go back.
did I go back?
How do you get the turtle tracker to track?
I've jacked more power off the satellite. That's what he did.
Okay, that sounds
Sorry.
good. That sounds
Yeah,
good. So that's the new reverse the polarity is
Right,
just
that's
jacking
what I was
more
about to say.
power off.
It's the next, like when reversing the polarity doesn't work, you got to jack more power off the satellite. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Have I told you that I've used the forgive me if this is crass, but I've
turtle soup.
yeah.
Listen, I don't want to say anything
Right.
crass.
Pardon my French.
Pardon my French.
But so I've been trying to teach not that my mom doesn't know how to use commas, but I was trying to illustrate to her like certain ways to say certain things and how like certain things can be said one way, because my mom will get like a text and it'll be something and she's like, and she's and you know, it says this and I could see it both ways. But I'm like, Mom, commas important. I helped
Commas
my uncle,
are very important.
I helped my uncle jack off a horse. It's like if that comma is not where and I had her read it. And that was the best. She just goes, "Well, I helped my uncle jack off a horse."
Oh my god.
I'm like, "See, Mom, see, now you're being perverted." But that comma in there changes everything. Changes everything.
Debbie's one of a kind.
She
one
is.
Of a kind.
She is. But
that comma changes everything. It does.
It does. But after Donnie jacked off more power from the satellite with that face, just like that face.
That looks like the guy who jacked off more power.
And this is what jacking off the power of the satellite looks like right here. This is actual footage. So
don't try that at home.
Don't. No, definitely don't. So yeah. So they realize that he's off with him. And
yeah, they went off with him.
And yeah, they're like, yeah, no, this is just jive. Like that had to been. We can't believe anything that what's his name? Wick. It's all jive. Just jive. Yeah. Splinter just saying deceit, jive, all that stuff. They're just using all this lingo.
Because everything they tested, and that was my theory. Everything they tested Wick saying was true.
Right.
That a bunch of us like the show, and I'm a big fan of the show.
Exactly.
Or like, turns out dragons are pathological.
Right.
Or you didn't test your machine on dragons. That's the part that kills me. Is Donnie has like no scientific method.
Yeah.
Like he just takes it for being like perfectly functioning.
Right. And
he never tested it.
And the thing is that these are dragons who have isn't their blood hot to them or their skin is hot to the turtles? Like, so
yes,
that should tell you right there. Their physiology is dragonly
100% different.
And
dragonly different.
So yeah, but anyway, yeah, so Donnie's all upset because he feels like he gave Michelangelo false hope and just got his
Yeah.
like, hopes up and built him up, and that's where he jacked off more power from the satellite right here
Which
and destroyed the
which I
machine.
feel like that is the weaker version of the plot line we could have had. So he
Yes.
has he has the reaction of, you're right, Splinter, I realize this machine's garbage.
Right.
But they triggered it off of, I Mikey trusted my machine,
Yeah.
instead of a way better way to do it,
Right.
which would have been deeper. But
Like why
anyway.
someone's lying and like why is someone
Yeah, like why
tricking the
someone's
machine?
lying, like, and getting into that, like yes.
Yeah. And so yeah, they they decide, Splinter suggests that instead of assaulting the rank hideout again, they instead honor the truce and surrender themselves to get in, which is pretty neat.
That Trojan horse.
That's
baby.
certified turtlefied. And yeah,
It
so
is.
the turtles take to the road, and the Dragon Lord has his special bib on, which is wild. He's just got this bib
He
on.
literally at one point later says, my hand stitched like ceremonial bib, like, or something like that. Like, he made that thing, dude. Like,
Oh,
that's
definitely.
happening.
Oh, definitely. And yeah, so he's got this bib on to eat some turtles. Michelangelo's in a bathtub, just laying back, and he's all chained up. And he says that he wants to wait on the other turtles to arrive so he can eat them all. And it's just like,
Yeah.
it's just hilarious. He's like, all the rank are surrounding this bathtub. It's like, where'd they get that? Mikey's like, I hope I give you salmonella. Oh,
I appreciated that.
That was
I
excellent.
appreciated that.
And
And yeah, Wick's there, like, putting salt on him, and then
oh, love that.
your boy's like, look, I don't want the soup to come out first. I want the soup to come out with all my other food.
Right, exactly.
Is basically what he's doing.
Yeah. So there you go.
So the turtles show up. So bringing everything home. The turtles show up, and they are in full like acting mode. They're like, yeah, man, like, hey, Mikey told us about the truce, and that's actually great, bro, because we're all reptiles, bro. You know what I mean? And we just need to like run this plan together, bro.
Right.
And like, as a sign of good faith, son, every weapon's on the ground. You know what I mean? And they like disarm themselves. And like, it's actually kind of great because Dragon Lord definitely, or the Wiener Lord in this case,
The Wiener Lord,
definitely,
yes.
the Wiener Lord has this like, oh, for a second. He's like, oh man, you can kind of tell, like, all right, maybe. And then Donnie's like, oh, and Wiener Lord, Your Highness, here is my bow staff.
Mm-hmm.
Personal. I'm gonna give to you personally as a gift.
Right.
He's like, oh, give me my staff. He's like, how's this thing work? He's like, dude, if you point that thing at something and you press the blue button, bro, it destroys it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Dragon Lord's like, cool. And he goes like, well, I tell you what, because we're friends, I'm gonna tell you that I'm gonna eat you all tonight. I would not have worn this bib if I wasn't gonna eat everybody.
Right.
It is a handmade custom bib, and I'm gonna eat you. And he aims the bow staff at Donnie, presses a button, but that shit backfires, son. Like, yeah, like he's already knocks him into next week, son. He is like flies across the room. I love that Donnie had to really trust. That was what my son would call a classic 50-50.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Because it's a bow staff and it points one way.
Oh, yeah.
And you press a button, but he could have just pointed the other way.
Could have.
And blown Donnie across the room.
Exactly. That's rolling dice.
Yeah. No, my son at the bonfire one time, literally, we're out there, and he drops his Mountain Dew in his lap.
Yeah.
Picks it up from the wrong side and dumps the rest into his lap.
Yeah.
My Alicia has a reaction to these things sometimes when something's going like horribly wrong.
Right.
And like she just starts going, August, like that.
Right.
Like it's like the sound of it is like way more, it's like inappropriate to the level. But like I get that way too. Everybody does.
Everybody does.
But there's something about that. She does that every once in a while. And it's really funny because afterwards she's obviously like, oh my God, I can't believe I was that loud about it. But I was just really excited about what happened or whatever. He dumps most of this Mountain Dew in his lap before he realizes to turn the can over.
Yeah, yeah.
She's in the middle. August, why would you? I'm like, August, what's your story, bro? What happened? He looks up and goes, look, guys, something like this. It's just a classic 50-50. You know what I mean? When the can falls in your lap, like, to his credit, it was dark.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it was
Okay.
pretty dark out
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
with just the firelight. He's like, you don't know which side is real. You just got to pick a side.
That and
And I picked wrong. It's a classic 50-50.
classic 50-50. That's so
And
good.
dude, that's like in our family lore, the classic 50-50.
Oh, that's
Like,
amazing.
and we use it for things like this, where it's like, no, that's a classic 50-50.
classic
You give that thing
50-50.
to him, and he don't know which you know which end fires,
Right.
but he doesn't know that, and he gets it wrong, and then you pull that can up from the wrong side, and you dump it all over yourself.
It's true. That's amazing.
You know what I mean?
Classic
For
50-50.
like, God, one time I was like, we just moved to this house. Small story, and I may have told this story like 10 years ago on the podcast, but I'm in the room and I'm doing something, and August is really little, still wearing diapers, and all of a sudden I hear Alicia screaming. I'm not talking about like a short shock scream.
Yeah.
Prolonged, like blowout, like end of blowout scream.
Yeah.
Like blood curdling scream.
The movie
and
blowout.
crying. Yes.
Jeez.
So like I bolt out of the room. I
Right.
run across the house. I'm honestly like, this is macabre. My first thought is like, my son's not breathing.
Right.
Like that was that's what scream that was.
Right.
That was like, my son's not breathing. Something happened. I don't know. My son's dead in the toilet. I don't know what it is. I'm freaking the hell out. Yeah. I am running, dude. And I'm thinking I'm going to find the worst thing in the world.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
She's still screaming when I show up to this. Okay.
Okay.
August, he was in pull-ups.
Okay.
And he had, taken a crap in the pull-up.
Yeah.
And and she said, take it off so I can throw it away and we can get you cleaned up or whatever.
Yeah.
And he pulls him down and it gets stuck on one of his feet, like kind of like no, not the poop yet, just like how underwear you drop your boxers and like you gotta kick one off, kind of.
Yeah,
he kicks it. He starts kicking it off. Okay.
Oh no!
This thing is like some skip it kind of shit because it's just going around, right? Flinging baby shit everywhere like a sprinkler.
Jesus.
I show up to see the very end of it.
Right.
This thing's on the skip it plan.
That's why she's screaming?
Yes, she's screaming because I'm talking like I see
oh geez.
Like a shotgun burst
of
shit hit our sliding glass door, dude.
Jesus.
Like you know, like a movie when someone gets shot and they just show you the wall, of like the blood splatters on the wall and that's it, dude. That's what it looked like, dude. Splat! It was everywhere. She's standing there, hands on her face, screaming, just screaming. It's horrific,
right?
And he's just still kicking this thing.
Yeah.
So like, we eventually get him stopped, and obviously she calms down. She's like, "Oh, this is like an awful mess." And I was like,
decidedly.
You were just screaming. And she's like, and she goes, well, it was fucking horrific. What did you want me to do? I'm like, yeah, no, it was like, just completely out of control of it. And her response was like, no. It's like everywhere.
That's so
and
good.
Dude, it took us 100 years to find it all.
Oh my God.
It was like a grenade went off in your house.
And when it was done, did he go classic 50-50?
Oh my God.
That's what he should have said.
Classic 50-50 where it would fly. It was a classic 360. Who knows where it was going to go?
That's what it was.
You know what I mean? Anyway, yeah. But yes. I don't even know. How did we get on the just screaming part?
Screaming thing.
Oh, the classic 50-50 because of August. And then I was like, she was like freaking out because he tipped the can.
Yeah.
And so my memory of it is her going, August. August, and like it's just dumping in his lap. He's just sitting there like looking at it. And I'm like, dude, like what are you doing? And that's what it was. That made me think about like the time that she was just like screaming like someone died.
Yeah.
And granted, at a pretty awful thing that was going down in my house. Like
I think that I broke my mic stand again. Jesus.
That pull up skip it. You know what I'm saying?
You got to be careful with that.
Wait a minute. Are you going to do the rest of the show in influencer mode where you just hold your mic
in Freddie Mercury style with the
No. I'm talking about like, have you noticed that like on videos now, like everyone holds their lav mic?
I have.
That is so obnoxious. I hate that. That is so obnoxious. Wear it.
It's almost like when somebody is on the couch and they they get the pin and they they start creating.
Oh, we're talking about clicking the pin.
Click.
Is that what we're talking about? Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying, but I don't know. This is kind of liberating. It's kind of neat.
Oh, gee. No, not you two.
I mean, honestly, this is not my first choice, but I mean, at the moment, I don't think I can remedy the situation. So I apologize to our listeners and viewers out there.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, you're the one that edits the audio episode, so enjoy all that handling noise off that RE20 that you get to play with.
Oh, I know.
Okay, so I'm still hearing it.
Okay, no, okay. I'm gonna try to fix it. I'm gonna try to fix it. So give me so you can keep going. I'm just gonna turn off my mic so you won't hear from me for a second.
Sounds good. So it's a classic 50-50, guys. And he chooses poorly, much like August dumping that soda in his lap. He chooses poorly and he shoots himself in the belly with that thing. Flies into next week. He's gone. This sets off a fight where everyone's distracted by the fighting. So Wick is in a rebellious mood, guys. Like Wick's already trying to like got radicalized. You know what I'm saying? By that Mikey critical Mikey theory that he's listening to, and he's just like, oh yeah, man, I'm a rebel. Hey, Wiener Lord. Then Dragon Lord's his dick's in the dirt. The rank are fighting everybody, and your boy Wick starts trying to eat Mikey, bro, on that ankle, dude. Not cooked, nothing. He's making real attempts, bro. Well, waste not, want not. He's just waste not, one not. He is going for it, and eventually Venus comes and digs him out of it. So Mikey gets to come and fight too.
Yeah. Yeah, that was wild.
During the fight, Raph does something very disturbing.
Yeah.
This is like a full-on, like, what are those? Like situation, like what he does, dude.
Yeah.
So we've heard about plump booty calls, sure.
On this show, especially.
We've heard about, some inappropriate, vague things that happen. Raph assaults a man's rear end with a set of tongs. And if you are not watching the video of this, you might think I'm on a director's cut.
Right. Yeah. No, but no, this is legit. 100%.
This sounds like something we would have done like 10 years ago.
Absolutely.
And like played it for all it was worth.
Yeah.
My notes on this says in all caps, what does Raph do with those tongs?
Yeah.
Raph has a member of the rank bent over.
Mm-hmm.
He uses the tongs, to my memory, first to slap his butt.
Yep.
Then uses the tongs to pinch his butt, all while he's bent over. This is perfect evidence right here.
Yes.
He then somehow winds up getting this rank guy around this like piece of wood. I guess it's like a training apparatus, like a bow stand or something.
Yeah.
And does it more.
Right.
And the angle on the show is it's from like Raph's behind him and you don't know what he's doing.
Yeah. It's
Raph assaults this man with these tongs. And I'm just going to say there's things we don't see. This had to, in the script, play very different than how it was shot. Because if this was what you imagined, this is some weird shit.
It is. Like, I can't imagine Haim Saban being like, all right, now turn him around and grab the tongs, bend him over. It's like,
why are there even tongs?
Because they're cooking. Because they're going to eat the turtles.
Oh, that's right. Because they're eating. Okay.
Yeah. So that's not really outside the realm of possibility. But
I would question about what tongs would do with a full size turtle. But whatever.
Right. Exactly.
We kind of know what tongs do to a full size man.
We do.
Dragon man,
as evidenced here. Yes.
Because your boy is like some Spoon Man shit, but it's Tong Man, and he's on that dude. You know what I'm saying? If you've seen that video, that Tong. Why did that never occur to me until right now? That's genius.
Yeah.
You got any thoughts on this? This I think is the weirdest thing I've seen
It's one of the
on this
weirdest
show.
things on this show. It's always butt stuff with this show, which, you know,
It's
word up,
always
but like,
it's always butt stuff. It's always a plump booty call. But
Yep.
this one, when I saw these tongs, I'm like, Raph, what are you doing with the tongs? And then he
Yeah.
bends back over. I'm like, Raph, I can't see the tongs.
right. Was he about to be like tossed, turtle-fied, tossed salad-fied? Is that what he was about to say? Like something like that? Like, is that what he was about to do? like was that what they had it in there, but they cut that line? They just still filmed it, but they cut the line.
Bro, I don't know.
Yeah.
Watch it yourself if you haven't seen it. Let me know what you think he did with those tongs.
Yeah.
I don't
Email us,
know.
turtlesoup@gmail.com.
I was shocked when the tongs came out. I was
Yeah.
like, what are you talking about? And then it's a lot of it too is like just the really imprecise movements of like wearing the suit. The tongs are just like slapping him and like moving around. I'm like, what are you trying to do? Like, was the intent like you're gonna like pinch his butt a couple times with him and that's
Right.
it?
That's fine.
But he keeps using the tongs, dude.
But he's like
it like,
getting
doesn't
into it.
stop.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
what if
So,
like there's,
I don't know.
what
Man,
if there's,
you might have to put.
what if there's an episode where, kind of like that episode or the issue of Mirage where you see the turtles like with their they have the full skull caps and they've got the different weapons.
The pre-teenage mutant turtles.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you see Raphael
live from my deathbed in Japan.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But you see Raphael with tongs, and he like
instead of tonfas.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna use these. I like these. I'm gonna get every bad guy. I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get their butt. And it's like, no, kick their
like
butt.
It seems like Raph was just hanging out and like watched like a Jackie Chan movie, and then thought like, oh yeah, no, dude, bro. Next time I'm fighting that rank or fighting whoever, bro, I'm gonna grab some random shit. I'm gonna Jackie Chan that. And he grabs those and does some like inexcusable things to someone. And he's like, oh, I think I did it wrong, bro. Like Jackie Chan doesn't do it like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Jackie Chan could use a refrigerator door to beat your ass, but like I mean, I got these tongs and I really did beat someone's ass in a bad way.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, Raph might be up on war crimes. Like this is like cruel and unusual level. Anyway, you guys figure it out, dude. I don't know.
Cruel and unusual.
Text me if you want that therapy. You know what I mean? Because like I think I might need some after these tongs.
Yeah.
So anyway, back in the lair after all that, no one was ever the same. You know what I'm saying? Like that. If Donnie hadn't broken the lie detector before this, he would have broken it now because he doesn't want to know what Raph's thinking or why he's lying or whatever he did.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
You don't.
All I gotta say is there might be an investigation. He might be away from the team for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Back in the lair, Leo and Splinter are listening to Mikey's live show again. He's back on the air. He's back out in the party wagon. He's doing the thing. But then it's just annoying because Leo's like, "Oh, it's nice just to sit back and listen to the show." Am I right? And then Splinter goes and turns it off and says, "Oh, it's actually very much easier to turn him off."
Yeah.
And they both laugh.
Yeah.
But I'm like, canonically, Splinter, bro, in Turtles Night Out, you said you love listening to Mikey's show.
Yeah. That didn't make any sense.
So, actually, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm running that plan on you. Like, no, you're supposed to like the show, Splinter.
And
whoever wrote the script, those two bros, they just didn't have Splinter. I think that's what it was. They just didn't have Splinter in their head. They weren't thinking about him.
No.
Because he's around 3 times and he literally makes the funny to ruin the plot twice, and then one time says like Trojan horse that shit.
Exactly.
And that's basically all he does.
That's it.
But that's the end of the episode. It's really funny to turn Mikey off, and I'm like, Mikey, if he saw what happened with the tongs, may never be turned on again.
Or it might turn him on even more. You never know.
Whoa.
I mean, turtle fight certified, you know? Turtle's tongue with honor. Oh my goodness. But
mean green tong wielding machines.
Oh my Lord.
So what'd you think, Eric?
So
overall, bro,
I agree with pretty much everything you said throughout the episode. It did feel, as you're watching it, like I mentioned earlier, that it was a filler episode. There were all the interstitials where they showed the city. It seemed like they went on a little bit longer. They're like, can we squeeze like 20 seconds out of each one of these? And it just kind of felt a little weird. I liked the premise of it, the idea of of Wick being like, this oppression stuff, not realizing it's Mikey at first, being like, no, I don't like being oppressed by my wiener lord, my wiener overlord. And I loved that. I loved the all the stuff that the stuff between him and the Dragon Lord. Thought that was great. I thought Mikey realizing, like you said, changing hearts and minds with his radio program was really cool. And and if it had worked on some level where it might have not just been like a gag kind of episode, like where it kind of had like shook up the rank a little bit, maybe. That would have been really cool and a positive message for like kids watching this. You know what I'm saying? Like to where you always have the heroes with their guns and their weapons telling you not to pick violence first, but that, you know, if all else fails, or in Raph's case, you know, ting ting, and
click, click.
click click, you know. And so, but but I thought it was neat. The lie detector thing was weird, but the thing at the beginning was fantastic. And if they would have went with that, that would have been even better. And maybe had Wick lie and wrap that into where we know why Wick is lying, but the Dragon Lord doesn't. And maybe they could have redeemed that line somehow. But that's the most egregious.
Or they could have figured stuff out. If they played the whole tape, they could have like listened to his whole call. So when he says like, oh yeah, we call him Wiener Lord and all this stuff, it's truth. Yeah. Then it just blips a lie for 1 second when he's like, yeah, so like, you know, we want a truce, which would be true.
Right.
He's like, and we're going to overthrow the Dragon Lord, and it's wrong. It's like a lie.
Yeah.
And they're like, wait a minute, like Wick meant most of this.
Yeah.
Like he won't overthrow the Dragon Lord because he's not there yet, but like Wick literally meant like, I'm tired of this dude. He's obnoxious. We all love your show. And you're like, damn, because that would just be cool character development.
Absolutely.
It would be neat to be like, wait, so Wick's like, just short of overthrowing the Dragon Lord?
Yeah.
Like, because he doesn't really want to fight these turtles and do this dumb stuff. That's pretty cool, actually.
Absolutely.
But they dropped that on the floor. And then also Splinter having an objection to the lie detector could have been such a good storyline. And it felt like they almost wanted to do it, but then they were like, no, don't do it.
Yeah. And I don't know. It just felt like a filler episode, but I loved the continuity. I loved that that Mikey's radio show was still going, and that's a thing.
That was high marks. That's great.
That is something that I wish every other iteration of the Turtles would bring back. That Michelangelo does pirate radio.
Oh, the pirate radio! I would love that.
That is an amazing like part of his character now. That I would just love to see, because it kind of plays into a little bit of him being a novelist or a writer, if you will, in the Image run. And even in I think in some of the Mirage stuff too, he did some writing. I could be mistaken, but like
in volume 2 he's writing a romance novel,
right?
Remember that?
Yeah. So that's just stuff that like this could kind of tie into
because he's in love with that Sarah girl, Horridus, and he's writing a book about a turtle who falls in love with like what people think is a monster.
Right.
And
it was a rose among the thorns or something like that is what it was called.
Yes. And that actually was really good. Remember? Because
excellent.
Like, yeah, I don't know.
Because he's the party dude, cool. But he's writing these emotional things and doing all this. And, the pirate radio thing is legit. And
I like it.
Nowadays he would have his own podcast, of course. And, it's kind of like the same thing with the 2012 series when Donatello is like on the chat rooms as does Machines. Like that was really neat. And then seeing Leo be into the Star Trek stuff and the sci-fi stuff, like those little character things just added so much. And I liked that it came back, that they didn't just forget about it in this. And I just wish
myself that was Image, by the way. Horridus.
Yeah.
That was obviously all Image. I said volume 2, but I didn't mean that.
I knew you didn't mean it. That's why I didn't correct you on it. So
yeah. My
lie detector over here said that you were lying about that.
In the Golden 11 from Mirage, I mean, like he's the one that takes the Escape from New York. He literally takes that the hardest.
Oh yeah,
like and stuff like that. I don't know. I think that it's really cool. I love the pirate radio aspect. I love that for him. Sadly, it can only kind of exist like in the 90s, which is sad, because there's something about having to run around and hide.
Yeah.
From like people knowing you're broadcasting. That's different than a podcast. You can't have like a secret podcast. It's not really a thing. Like anyone can podcast, but like hijacking the airwaves is a thing that Mikey would do. It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. And that's neat that he figured that out too. Like that he's the one who figured it out. But yeah, no, I agree with you.
Yeah, the overall good. I mean, like I said, it dropped it, but I mean, I don't know. At the same time, I do have to like almost like bump this episode up a couple numbers because I'm just more my criticisms feel like they are very review based,
Oh
not
yeah,
like you just watch the episode.
right, and that's
You know what I
something to
mean? Because
definitely
you're
consider.
digging in. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But overall, yeah. Anytime you bring back Mikey's radio show, I'm down. So
absolutely, totally down, totally down, certified. Well,
turtle certified down.
Surfer bird stroke happens. Well, hey everybody,
I got
thank you
him.
for
Gone.
listening and watching if you're here.
Oh,
And let us know what did you
oh,
thought. Do you have a pirate radio station? Do you like Michelangelo being this kind of guy? Do you like what do you do with tongs? Let us know. turtlesoupshow@gmail.com. You could also hit us up on the Facebook group. Let us know on the Facebook group too. If you have any turtle related tong images or stories, definitely want to hear about those and share those there. And yeah, join the group on Facebook and like, subscribe, follow on YouTube and wherever you're listening to podcasts. I think I said email us, and then Instagram, we're over there too if you're so inclined. And yeah, if you want to be like Waylon Pennies and throw some actual pennies our
oh,
way, you can do that by going over to Patreon and help us to not say clang and help us to get another mic stand so mine doesn't keep dropping. And yeah,
let's
and
talk about that. Yeah,
yeah, I gotta look into that. But but
we gotta figure stuff out.
but still, Patreon, yeah, we really appreciate y'all. It helps us keep the lights on and keeps us from saying clang. We call you family, you know the drill. And
Uh huh.
if you really want to let us know what you think about the show, do you like the one episode format? Do you prefer more episodes? Like what, do you want us to do a fast forward episode where we just jump to the future and we just start reviewing that and then go back? Just let us know anything you want us to do. We'll at least think about it. And
Yeah.
yeah, but anyway, thank you again
Mm.
for listening, watching, being here.
Yes. Namaste.
And until next time, else time.
Else time. Also, talk.
Oh,
What's up, y'all? Dude, we got everybody in the chat. I wanted to throw something out real fast because it's content, bro. That I
chill.
forgot to say. But chill. That I forgot. Wouldn't it be so? Oh my god, bro. Okay, so the next March 11th. Okay, when it's
Okay.
3/11,
Yeah.
we have to make sure we're together
Okay.
because we have to do a thing where we each wear I'm getting deep on this.
Oh,
We each wear rubber bands on our wrists. Okay, and we hang out all day.
Okay.
And when someone says like 311, the other person has to go chill,
Yeah.
or like right away, or they have to pop their wrist.
Oh.
And we just see who has the biggest welt at the end of the day.
Oh,
And the entire day, it's like the chill thing is like a challenge. Like you've got to do
the chill
it.
challenge. Yeah.
Yeah.
The 311 chill challenge.
I meant to bring this up, but all throughout I didn't put it in my notes for some reason. I thought I'd remember. But turns out that they make references to Mikey calls himself the Prince of all media.
Yeah.
And that's a Howard Stern reference because Howard Stern called himself the king of all media. They say it several times.
Oh.
And I meant to mention that for content purposes and forgot. So now
here
most of you guys probably know that about Howard Stern. But anyway, if you didn't, yeah, he was called the king of, dubbed himself, self-glossed himself,
self-glossed,
the king of all media.
Jeez.
Which sometimes when you have the swag, you can just do that. I don't claim to know why. You could
Think
just
you
do
can dick
it.
down the whole town.
Oh, even though you have dick to go around. That was
Jesus.
so good. So catching up with chat. Man, chat was sick during the show, by the way. I was like getting little like catching little glimpses of it. And I was like, oh my God. Chat's on point.
Yeah, we forgot to jump in before the show, but we're gonna try to get better about that, especially if we're gonna get rid of the pregame show. So yeah.
Oh my God. Things are going crazy. M's dropping like all these random 40K lines. I believe it's R. Vincent Moniz Jr. Says beer going in, pee going out because I was talking about talking about the Bucks game.
Yeah.
M says respect the pennies, bro, about Waylon pennies.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, absolutely. Let me see here. And then I saw one I really wanted to read because it was actually hilarious.
Was it Streambot running? Because
no, it said that a lot. John Clemens said, Wiener Lord is my name on Grindr. And then M said, no pregame equals return of Quarren stream.
Oh, shit. Oh, my goodness.
Which is good.
Oh, yeah.
And man, those were the days, right? Those were fun.
Oh, of course.
I enjoyed doing those. Pull the TV hack. Oh, Jake says, imagine if Mikey pulled a TV hack like the one Max Headroom signal hijacking thing from the 80s.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That's terrifying to me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like, are you similarly like scared by that?
Well, you got to remember, we have our own Max Headroom in the way of Danny, domestic Danny. He has done that physically.
Yeah, he has literally hijacked us physically and technologically.
Yes. So we are very emotionally and just in every way scarred. But it's
scary. Like the Max Headroom thing scares shit out of me. I don't know why it does.
I love it though.
The way he's acting. I love it, but it scares me.
Yeah. It's so
I don't know
weird.
what it is.
Yeah, no, I loved him back
Jake
in the day.
says yes. It's super spooky. It's just super spooky. John Clemens in here. He showed up later. He's throwing out every single episode title. The Tong song.
The Lord, the Wiener Lord is mostly filler.
Yeah, Wiener Lord rookie card. This Wiener Lord is mostly filler. Yeah, no.
Oh, Lights Out Sewer Radio.
That's
great.
Damn good one.
That's great.
That Wiener Lord rookie card. No.
Wiener Lord. Actually pretty
Wiener
good
Lord.
Too.
First
Wiener
base.
Lord. Yeah.
Rookie. On the back, it has his like AAA stats. Like he's not even in the majors yet.
Rookie. No, rookie. Oh, that's too good.
There's a horror movie, Broadcast Signal Intrusion. Very creepy. Is there really a horror movie about that? Tell me more. Is that the name? That can't be the name of the movie. Tell me more about that. Or are you saying there's a horror movie? Like if someone made it? Because dude, if it sounded like Max Headroom, bro, that would scare the shit out of me, dude. If you did some old Dawn of the Dead business, bro, you know what I'm talking about? That first Dawn of the Dead where they're in the
The mall.
They're in the broad. No, but yes, but before that, when they're in they're in the news channel, like the news building. Like before they fly off to the mall, they're
Yeah.
they're in the news broadcast building. If you had something like that going on where people were trapped in like a news broadcast building and they couldn't leave, and then someone was like interrupting the broadcast signal, like or coming in to their stuff, dude, that would be scary. Son.
Yeah, it's a little bit like Pontypool. Like, remember that? Like, it's got
Pontypool. No, it would be a little
vibe.
Pontypool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Have y'all seen that in the chat? Let me know if you've seen Pontypool.
I forget all about Pontypool, and then you remind me. I'm like, dude, that movie though.
Yeah, yeah.
Pontypool is way too good.
Yeah, way too good. I gotta find
literally,
it again.
I believe only taking place in that.
There's a little
in that studio.
It's either at the beginning or the end or both, but very little.
Does he like drive there or something? Like you see him like go inside basically.
I think so, and I think there's a couple of scenes outside, and that's it. Like dude, afterwards.
Pontypool.
Yeah,
no, it's called Pontypool. Ponty pool. I think it's all one word. It's all Pontypool is great.
Yeah,
Pontypool. So Pontypool is basically like. I add that to the thing of like, I am very freaked out by, you hear something and you're not the same.
Yeah.
Like that scares the shit out of me. Like it just really scares me. The Stephen King book, The Cell.
Yeah.
Is like that where everyone gets like a burst of a signal. If you were on your phone, like you're a hyper aggro zombie, like you're just crazy.
Yeah.
Dollhouse. That's all I'm gonna say.
Dollhouse.
About
the
end of Dollhouse.
Yep.
And that's terrifying.
Oh, that's oh god, I gotta find the other season of that.
Pontypool. Pontypool has that. Like it's just there's something about like if you hear this, you're different.
Right.
That like scares me so bad. Honestly, I think that's part of like the Ring. Even though in the Ring that originally scared me back in the day.
Yeah.
Even though it's different because like you watch it, then she comes for you kind of thing.
Right.
There's still something about you did it. That's
right.
It.
Yeah.
Like you saw this and now that's it.
But even
like,
if
for you.
Yeah,
like,
but even if you get it to someone else, even if you pass it to someone else, you're still like living with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you get someone else to watch it.
Yes. I think the big thing is that it if I had to boil it down, maybe away from like you hear or see something, you're not the same, which is a big thing. If I boil it down, I think it's more of like it's out of your control.
Yeah.
Like because I feel the same way about It Follows. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Yeah, It Follows is similarly scary.
Yeah.
Because like the Ring, like you can pass it on.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think It Follows has cooler rules in the Ring.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it goes back to you.
Yeah.
If they die, which is so awesome. If you guys haven't seen It Follows,
that's another good one.
We're talking to the upper crust of society right now in the chat, so I guarantee right everybody's seen It Follows. But if you haven't seen It Follows, it is amazing. And if you haven't seen Pontypool, it's also ridiculous. Em says it's the Uno reverse of They Live. That's wow.
Man, that Uno reverse.
Damn.
You just thinking
about
you
got me. Hold on.
You percolating on that?
No, that is the Uno reverse of They Live. It's totally true. Put on the glasses. No. Best two lines to start a fight scene ever. I might have to get on that soundtrack, bro. Jake, I never got on that It Follows soundtrack.
I remember it, but I remember it being enjoyable. I don't remember much else about it. But yeah, I wish this episode would have gone that route. Like any one of those. Like if we had a Turtles animated series or television program that was like a horror series, bro.
That's why that crazy ass episode of the 87 animated series when
with Og.
Og, but that's a whole other thing. But the one where it was like a dream thing. It was like a side verse. Remember that where like Shredder has April and Irma are like his harem.
Oh, the harem, yeah.
And like Shredder rules the world, and the trolls run into like Zach. But Zach's been like out in these streets, like surviving that apocalypse. Remember that?
Yeah,
and like Bebop and Rocksteady are in the building.
Yeah.
And it's like super creepy. Yeah, that episode was just awesome because everything was just weird. Oh, that Silent Hill trip hop shit. Oh, bro,
man.
I'm gonna have to get into that, son. That's like the Guest soundtrack, boys. The Guest might only be good for 2/3 of the movie, but the soundtrack's good. The whole soundtrack.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
the whole movie. Yeah.
The whole thing. Ryan had that one movie idea. I remember it was like Night of the Rat King, and it was like the warrior style in the sewer. Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's neat.
Man. Oh, dude, that would be so good. Like them trying to get back through the sewers. Like, I'm it's not just a hat rack. You know what I'm saying? Every once in a while,
it's not just,
you know what I mean?
not
like
just a hat rack.
every once in a while, I run into one. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Maybe there was nightmares and it wrecks the Joes except a little light. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. Dr. Mindbender. Whew.
Dude.
I love Dr. Mindbender. I want metal suspenders.
Yes.
Shirtless with metal suspenders.
Man, everybody that those metal suspenders were just like Peter Steele's guitar strap as a chain.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, that doesn't feel good, Peter Steele. You're just doing that.
No, it looks cool.
How
as
you play
hell.
a whole show like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it looks cool. Like you can't deny that. It does.
No.
Oh,
I started talking about music and Crank started.
Oh, and Crank starts coming up. I was about to say. I was like,
he thought like,
make sure he doesn't have any tongs.
He thought I was gonna make a Tool joke, and I'm not. I was talking about Peter Steele, and he's kind of also a joke, but like not your kind of joke. Anyway, so what are we gonna name this thing? There's the Tong Song. There's
Wiener Lord.
Wiener Lord's got to be in there.
Got to be in there. Jake's asking if I got on that on the Pokemon Violet DLC. I did. It's been running okay. I think it slowed down a little bit, but I haven't got to play it as much as I would like. But what I have, it's been fine, and been enjoying it as much as I did the regular game. But I still think I like Legends Arceus way better. But what can you do? Let's see. I mean, as you know, as everyone can guess, I'm pretty partial to Wiener Lord. But if we can incorporate Wiener Lord and Tongs in there somewhere, like Wiener Lord and the Tong Boys. Let's see. Wiener Lord. What are you doing?
Oh, so I'm sorry. I'm just trying to track this thing down with John Clements. So that is a real movie.
Broadcast
signal interruption or broadcast signal intrusion. It's not a perfect movie. I found it very intriguing. I mean, like, I might put my keys in the freezer over this one, boys.
Oh, jeez.
My keys are in the freezer. I'm like, oh, that's right. I gotta watch broadcast signal intrusion.
That's
that.
Yeah. Instantly remembered. Yep. Jake says we got to go with the Wiener. John Clements, Wiener Lord, and his magic tong. Oh,
mad tong, the tong. I hate it when you're looking around your desk for a piece of paper to write on, and you're like, oh, I mean, hey, that looks like a scrap of paper, and it's like a sweet card your daughter made you, and you're like, well, I'm not gonna write a piece on that.
You can't draw on that.
If it was a sweet card I made myself, I would. Oh, here we go.
So Jake put a key in the chat for you, Ryan. And then the tiniest key.
Broadcast Wiener intrusion.
Oh goodness. Yeah. Oh, that's too good. Oh. Wiener's just the best word.
If you're sitting around for this and you're hanging out, and I'm like, oh, broadcast signal intrusion. Let me go ahead and put my keys in the freezer about that. And you're thinking back to earlier where we were like, look, I mean, yeah, we're doing some things to try to shorten the episodes down because the thing is, like, it takes a lot of times, and we just want to be able to get more episodes out for you. You're like, stop the show, dumbass.
Stop that.
You're talking about like we got M. Wilson's blowing my mind with Uno reverse of They Live. I'm like, whoa, I need like 10 minutes on that. You know what I mean? Eric and Jake are making their plan to go see every indie band ever.
Yeah. Thank you. Man, It makes me feel good knowing that laughing makes you feel. Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah,
it's
no.
great.
Tongue to tongue, tongue, tongue. Go with the wiener.
Weeder, broadcast
Let me
Weeder
see that
intrusion.
tongue. But no,
Oh,
like what? What do you do? What do you do with the tongs? Why?
yeah. Why?
Why the tongs, man? Like, is that necessary?
Oh, Lordy
There was
day.
like a Funny or Die sketch where they were like making fun of Grease.
Yeah.
That Tell Me More song. And like there's that one lyric, like, did she put up a fight or whatever? Like from that
Yeah.
one guy. Did you ever see that one?
I don't know if I saw it, but that's creepy.
Where they basically just keep like he's just like, did she put up a fight? Everyone's like, what? Why would she fight, man?
Right? Why?
And he's like, I don't know, man. I'm just messing around. I'm just like, you know what I mean? And they're like, okay, man, whatever. And they start doing the song more.
Yeah.
And his line gets progressively worse, like every time they redo it. And it's like really fucking bad.
That's so
It's
good.
like they get into a fight over that. They're like at one point he says something so messed up. Like I think the guy who's supposed to be playing John Travolta is like, dude, what the fuck do you mean by that, man?
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know, man. I was just saying. He's like, no, you've done that before.
Yeah.
You're
You're speaking from experience.
Like, you wouldn't know that. And like these were like I have to hold him back and shit. It's like it just keeps
Jeez.
getting worse and worse. Anyway, we got what is this on?
Would you say it was Funny or Die?
Yeah, I think it was Funny or Die.
Yeah.
I think that it should be like Grease, like comedy thing. I think it was Funny or Die. It was pretty funny. And it just gets really like awkward because you see like, because in the movie, right, the guy that says those lines, his girlfriend is the one that like always like smokes the cigarettes like in her car and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, I forgot she's like one of Sandy's friends. Well, you see like later like her just like crying and like all the women are comforting her because like of what he did, and it's like it's actually dark as shit. It's like so dark.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Oh, we got an actual question from someone I've never heard of. A real question.
Oh.
One question. What is your favorite character in TMNT and why? Oh
Ooh.
shit. This has to be lightning round. So my favorite character in TMNT.
Jake says Super
Irma, which is a valid answer.
Absolutely. I'm gonna say Howie. Howie is
Howie from the animated series.
From the animated series.
Okay, yeah.
He's a songster. Dude. Got it. Like
Yeah.
just
can
tickle the ivory, you know what I'm saying? The ebony and ivory can just get on those keys. And yeah, and him and that Irma combo, that's just excellent and just totally wasted character. Should have brought him back for more. Always hungry for more Howie, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's valid. That's valid.
John Clemens said Waiter Lord.
I mean, because it just comes to mind. We were just talking about the Wiener Lord, like,
of course,
all episodes. I mean, yeah.
The rookie.
Off the top of my head, I might have to just stick with like Baxter Stockman.
Oh, that's good. Which version?
Because I think, well, this is the point I'm getting to.
Oh, okay.
Baxter has a lot of really cool versions.
He does.
Like, I think you're able. When is Wiener Lord in the
the DLC?
Is that going to be an endurance thing too? You know what I mean? I would say I'm trying to answer a turtle question on the Turtle podcast. Okay, if you give me a second. Baxter Stockman, I'm just going to say off the bat without a lot of consideration, because he has the ability to have the most different iterations done off him. Yeah. And I think that his character can always be done either really kind of funny and goofy like the animated series or more serious. Like you could go either way in between.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But G.O., I guess. Who's your favorite character in TMNT and why?
Yeah.
I want to know that. What's your deal?
Mm-hmm.
Platt Dune Stockman, of course.
Oh God. Goodness gracious. True. I mean, I love me some Tyler Perry, but geez.
Yeah, but like who wasn't like obsessed with Baxter as the Fly? Like back in the like you know.
Did you say who wasn't?
Like,
oh yeah. No,
yeah, dude,
he was a great design.
Cool.
Oh, absolutely.
So cool. And I'm just I think, and also like I mean just look at him in like Mirage 2, bro. Like Baxter in Mirage 2 is wild, dude. Like this guy like gives himself like an actual like you know Kung Pao lobotomy or whatever you call it.
Yeah,
and, like,
he did.
Like literally like puts his body into a machine that kills people.
Right.
Not like the machine that the turtles rope a dope and then you get the tongs out and then he's dead. It's literally like he has like a mini gun on one arm and brutally shoots people. And you're
Right.
like, Baxter. And then the 87 animated series, he's like, I'm the Fly. Oh shit, I'm in hell. You know what I mean? Like give me the diversity on that. Tell me how that's not the most diversity in a character.
If you don't end up bullshitting your way into heaven and you go to hell, can you please let that be your like first words? Like, oh shit, I'm in hell.
Oh shit, I'm in hell. That's what he remember that?
Yeah.
He literally is like buzzing around, bro, being like, bro, Shredder, bro, right? And he's like, Shredder, bro, take me back, bro. I'll take the tongs. And then literally, like, they shoot him into what effectively is the warp. Like they literally shoot him into like Dimension X hell. He's like, oh no, I'm in hell. And then he like episodes later, I think a season later, dude, your boy, like, they have like some radio, right? Or something. So it makes a radio that if you listen to something in Dimension X, it comes through the radio to the real world or the Materium or something. And then that's how they get Baxter back, because Baxter was just making a bunch of noise. You remember that shit?
Vaguely.
Baxter was just floating around Dimension X complaining. That was like one of my favorite things, dude.
I remember him coming back with that computer.
Yeah, it was a computer. That's right. And you could go through the thing.
Yeah.
So that's what it was. He got into the software of the spaceship because he was in Dimension X talking shit.
Yeah.
And like they heard him and he got in the things. He's like, I'm in the warp, oh shit. And they draw him in and then he came out the other side. He got back to the Materium from that.
He did.
My favorite Turtles character is whoever that jerk was that Donnie shot into the Forever.
Oh, that electric guy?
Yeah, the guy that was made of electricity. That Donnie goes
10 or 9.
Yeah, I reroute him through this satellite dish. Gone. I'm like, what? Like,
just
forever.
Just bye.
And you're like, really? And it's like, no, he's dead.
Yep. That's
what
it.
Is this on? I don't. This is from the animated series. I don't know what we're doing anymore. Oh, wait, that's an old comment. I'm sorry. I
was about to say. Comment. Yeah, no.
I have YouTube up, which is behind. I've got our chat on the Discord, and then I have the YouTube real-time chat. I have 3 chats right now.
My goodness.
I read the wrong thing. Anyway, we do need to name this episode.
We do. I think Wiener Lord has something to do with it, and yeah, I don't know, Wiener Lord and then the tongs. Those were the best things that came out of here.
Tong.
So, yeah.
Okay, Wiener Lord. Let me go back, scroll through here and see what we got.
Yeah, I thought writing this stuff down would help us get like at this part, but I guess it did help us to.
Well, we know it's tongue related. All right, look, we know it's Wiener Lord. We know it's tongue related, or it's sewer radio related.
Yeah,
like that's just the 3 things that the episode's going to be about. Geo came back. It's hard to say who my favorite is, since all of them are funny and hilarious. The Wisdom of Splinter is pretty cool. I agree.
Absolutely.
I think Splinter's gotten kind of a rough rap recently on Incarnation, starting with Rise.
Yes.
He got a bad rap, I think, in Rise. I think he got a bad rap in the Mutant Mayhem movie. It's become kind of a funny thing to make him like, oh, my stories, Splinter. But I agree. I think Splinter is one of the coolest characters in the TMNT universe. I think that, like,
hands down. Yeah. Absolutely.
I think that he has the potential to be funny or dead ass serious, depending on where you're at.
Yeah. Some
characters don't jump over too well.
Yeah.
Wait, why didn't I say Bloodsucker? He's also my favorite.
That's true. John Clemens come in when I think which is the winner. Old Wiener Lord and the Turtle Tong Boys.
Fuck,
I think that's it. That's it. Oh, that's so good. You got your boy. You got your boy. You got your hands. He's got your hands where you can see him.
Yeah, well, I don't know where the tongs are. I felt like I know where they're gonna come at me. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I had someone's presence behind me.
Right.
The tongs were in front of me, and then they set the tongs on the urinal next to me. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude.
Okay,
John,
so
that.
I think that's it. I think that's
Oh, you did break me, dude. Oh my god, dude. Old Wiener Lord and the Turtle Tongue Boys. You did it, John. See you on the other side, Clemens. Yeah, no, M knows the episode's over. M's like, all right, y'all, good game. I'm out.
That's it. You
GG
can't-
boys, like
Right.
shaking hands, like we're done.
Oh.
Oh man.
Oh. Oh, geez. Yeah, no,
I
that.
hope we didn't scare you off, Gio, or whatever your name is.
Yeah, yeah.
This is your first time
Sorry.
watching the show. We're really weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for your question. I always love those.
Oh, totally.
All right. So we know we got it, right?
Turtle
We
Fight
got the episode
Certified.
title. Okay.
Do you got it?
I think I got it.
Okay. So what episode is this? 311?
I got it.
Oh yeah. Chill.
Chill. Yes, I got it. Oh, it's hard with the delay. I don't know who said it first because someone was going to have to get popped, but with the delay, it's kind of hard to know that.
I'll just do it. I'll just do it.
Okay, thank you.
Got it.
Yeah, when you sync the episode up in audio, you can feel free to correct me. Like when you actually sync it up, you're like, wait,
Okay.
nope, I was first,
Right.
bro.
Okay.
Because I'll turn my camera on, we'll go live, and I'll pop myself.
You remember what was the thing? What did you call the thing where you would do your hands like this, and then someone would like come up and like use their finger to like hit your hand? Do you remember what that was? Was that called knuckles or something, or was it? It wasn't bloody knuckles. What was that called? You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute, I'm sorry. Some cat named Rash Battletoads in the chat who just says, "Ha ha, I'm a Battletoad."
Oh,
Now listen,
oh.
listen, Rash Battletoad. We're supposed to hate you based on,
I mean,
the mythology, bro.
right?
I'm here to tell you that's not how we are here on this podcast. I love Battletoads.
Battletoads were awesome.
Battletoads was a great game.
Rash.
So you might have
Whatever the
come
other
in
one
here and been like, "Ha, I'm a Battletoad, bro. Like I'm gonna like you're my natural enemies. I'm here to spoil the party." I'm just telling you, you're just part of the party, buddy. Because Battletoads were sick. Oh damn! Look at that.
Yeah.
How you pull that off the hip, dude?
You know, I got Battletoads on the hip. That's what I do.
Oh, Waylon
Dude,
Toadies over here, boys.
Do you know what this has? This is it's a card binder for those who didn't know. You know what it's got in it? This is gonna take you back.
I've seen that before, actually, bro. Damn, dog. What's
Dude.
in there?
Those Marvel Dice Masters.
Oh, bro, that's a Marvel Dice Masters card. Oh my god,
So that's a throwback. That's a yeah.
bro. We gotta come back and play that, bro.
Yeah.
We gotta like run that plan.
I keep that thing on me, you know.
I keep that thing on me, bro. Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
Okay.
oh, I want to, Jake. I want to, but your boy. Oh, it's a dirty. You know how it is. It's a dirty game. It's a dirty game.
It's a dirty game.
But,
All right. Let's see. We got to wrap her up.
Okay. So
Old Wiener Lord and the Turtle Tongue Boys.
oh, this is so good. All right. So this is 311.
Chill. I
Chill.
got you that time.
You got me that time. I was trying to think of another one.
Do it. Pop it.
I was all mixed up.
Pop it.
I'm popping it. Oh, you
chill.
meant this.
Okay.
not
Yeah,
the
there you
other
go.
one.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Sorry. I got crossed up. Man, all mixed up. Don't know what to do.
Oh, pop.
Ba-ba-da-ba-bum, ba-ba-da-ba-ba.
It's the Turtle Tongue Boys. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, the Turtle Tongue Boys. Woo. Goodness.
I'm really glad that old Colonel Booter could come back for an episode title. We
It's a
overused it
classic.
for a minute again, and we
Yeah.
brought it back again. It's always gonna be around. It's indelible.
Oh, yeah.
All
All right.
Here we go.
You ready?
Here we go. Yep.
Turtle Soup episode 300.
I need an exception that you can say 311, but I don't have to say chill and pop myself. Am I good? Because if you say episode 311, I have to say chill first, and then I got to do the episode title. Or are we still doing it?
Okay, we'll call a truce. We'll call a truce here. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is
yeah. Truce and consequence. You'll get the consequences.
a lie detector's on you.
Consequences.
It says it's true.
The consequences.
Just over the phone.
Tongs. That's the consequences.
Oh.
And
No.
yes, that is a Nick at
now
Night shirt,
I'm not
Jake.
doing it.
That is a Nick
No,
at
I'm
Night
not
shirt.
doing it. Yeah, Jake. That is a Nick
And
at
I'm
Night shirt.
super jealous because that's awesome. I love Nick at Night. Man, so good.
It's also an homage shirt from homage.com if you want to go
Oh.
there and check it out. I think they still sell it. And homage shirts are like the comfiest shirts in the world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
And
ships, yeah.
homage sounds like Mirage, and Mirage
Oh,
Comics is where the
Mirage
Turtles
sounds
got
like
started.
Turtles. Sounds like Turtle Soup episode 311.
Yeah, they're like, is that chill? Ah, dang it.
Pop yourself again.
Shit. All right, got me.
All
right. Turtle Soup episode 311.
Old Wiener Lord and the Turtle Tongue Boys.
I sound a little uninspired.
Well, okay.
You gotta mean it.
I'm walking it in because it has to be a little understated. That's the thing about old Colonel Booter. It can't be like, old Colonel Booter. Like, it can't be that way. You know what I'm talking about? I'm walking it in. I did it.
Woo.
You know what I mean? I created old Colonel Booter. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you did.
All right. As long as you know.
I'm aware. Dad. Turtle Soup episode 311.
Old Wiener Lord and the Turtle Tongue Boys.
Can you
I
draw?
rushed it a bit.
You did. Can you draw? And the Turtle Tongue Boys? Can you give it a little bit of like a
Old Wiener Lord and the Turtle Tongue Boys. Yeah, I know. I'm walking it in.
Yeah, walking it in. Take your steps. Yeah. It's steps. It's steps, baby bird.
It's kind of got like a little like a waves to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
You really gotta ride the waves.
It's kind of like speaking in tongues. It's like the train. You know what I'm saying? It's like chew, chew, chop. You remember that? Jesus.
No, I do. That's my favorite thing in the world.
Gio's heading out. It looks like But hey, thanks for being here. They say awesome video, guys. Hope to meet you guys again. Thanks for
Thursday
coming by.
nights. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Subscribe to the channel on Thursday nights. You know what I'm saying? Thursday nights, at least every other week.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Turtle. You all right?
Yep.
Okay. You need to chill.
Chill.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Turtle Soup episode 311.
Old Wiener Lord and the Turtle Tongue Boys. Yeah, I got there.
I want you.
Okay, I'll take it.
Just one
direction.
More. Just one more.
Okay.
It's
important.
Can you?
It's important.
It is. It's the first thing people hear. Each episode, literally, that's their in or out moment.
That early, huh?
Yeah, that early from the jump.
All right.
Can you go up like Turtle Tongue Boy? Like, can you give me a little bit of like, I don't know. Like
I'll try that. I don't know. Okay.
Just try it. Just one more time. Because
all right. Turtle and the Turtle Tongue Boys. Like, can I go up like that?
Yeah.
Turtle
or like,
Tongue.
Think of yourself as like the announcer on the Andy Griffith show. And you're like, well, Andy Griffith and the Turtle Tongue, you know, and kind of like that. Or like the Dukes of Hazzard or whatever. You just like you're like, what are the deep diving daddies going to get into next?
I think I know how to get that direction. So what you want me to do is it sound almost like I'm greeting them, like I walk up to them like, oh, Old Wiener Lord and the Turtle Tongue Boys.
Yes,
like I'm calling them out.
Absolutely, that's 100% what I'm looking for. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. No, that's an interesting departure because the thing about old Colonel Booter really is that you have to sound like you don't give a shit at the end. That's the important part.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
It's like the crying Indian boys.
There's
like a at the end of it, but this is different.
This is a little different. Right, remixing it a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
You got to be a little more awake when the tongs are involved.
You have to be. I mean, Jesus.
You don't live long if you don't respect the tong.
Thank you. I was looking for there. It was right there. I didn't have
something rhyming in there. Right.
Something. Yeah. All right. Turtle.
But what was that? That was weird. Okay.
I don't know. Turtle Soup episode 311.
Old Wiener Lord and the Turtle Tongue Boys.
There we go. That was it.
Right? Is that pretty good?
That was pretty good.
Okay. That was pretty good. I'm pretty good.
You're pretty good. Did she put up a fight though?